Yo, this is George the Poet. I'm on the Shizzio Show. Check out my new book, Track Record, Me, Music and the War on Blackness. You know we keep it militant.
Streetlife is the only life that we know. Ghetto life, down in the ghetto we born and grow. No, no, no.
Okay, we're here, another episode, legendary business. Do you know what I love about this? We've got a legend next to me, right? But we have to shout out the OGs, you get me? The legends that run this thing. And in the background is a gentleman called Marc Earle, yeah? Marc is my guy, but he's there, but I have to shout him out, bro, because he shows nothing but love and respect. If your crep game is strong, I dare you challenge him, yeah? I dare you, yeah? Yeah, he's not hard to find, he's out there, yeah? So Marc, we salute you, sir. God bless, yeah? Come on. And Marc is the
connect right now.
He's the connect, yeah? So we're going to move from one legend to another. Someone that I've been watching for a long time, man. Man like George the Poet.
Respect, bro.
Hello, sir.
What's going on?
Thank you so much, man.
Come on,
Appreciate it. You came in looking mad, like swagger and up. Man was going to do the Men in Black thing with the bloody... the man had the glasses on and there, like, he come like Neo, bro. I was like, yo, cool, bro.
I gotta come correct, man.
No,
Respect
appreciate
for having me on the
No,
platform.
thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it, man. I've been watching you for a long time. And you know, before I even spoke to Marc, like, you're one of the artists I check for, you know what I'm saying? So this is great in that when we do a show like this, it's great for me as well to meet people like yourselves in other circumstances I may not have. So
I appreciate
great, you know, two birds, one stone. We love that, bro.
Come on.
You got a book out. We'll get to there. We just kind of like to start from a journey from the beginning. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Born and raised where?
Northwest, St. Raf's.
Okay. Coming from Uganda, is that correct?
That's right, yeah. My people's from Uganda.
Amazing, amazing. I don't really know anyone from Uganda, believe it
Yeah,
or not.
I feel like we've become a bit more mainstream. You might know Rashid, Link Up TV.
Yeah.
Flipping, Unknown T.
Come on.
You know, big up Daniel Kaluuya, big up Miss Banks. I think she's half Ugandan.
I didn't know that, you know.
Yeah, we're out there a bit more these days.
Yeah, come on, I love that. I love that.
Back then we was low key though.
Okay, and you said Northwest.
North Weezee, yeah.
Now, before I even move forward, there's a brother of mine, very good friend of mine, by the name of BMD, yeah? Like, he is my friend. He's been here numerous times. I got a lot of history with this gentleman. So when you say the words North Weezee, can we just take a little moment to just give him his flowers,
Yeah,
bro?
come on, man. Big up BMD, because that's there. North
Diggy,
Weezee
Ustle.
came from him. Yeah, Diggy. North Weezee came from him. And bear in mind, when I say St. Raf's as well, that's my actual neighborhood that I grew up in.
And what
That's where
area
he's
is-
from.
What area in North?
That's like between basically Harlesden and Easton.
Okay, Harlesden and Easton.
Yeah, NW10.
He really put Northwest on the map with that.
Yeah, he did. And
No,
he weren't
he-
even an artist like that.
He really did. Especially someone from me from East. It's like, what are them boys doing over there?
Yeah. Northwest was quiet, or at least our side of Northwest was quiet before he gave us something to, like, you get me, rally around.
No, but he really did though, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I
yeah.
really want to shout him out, bro, because like he's been a very good friend to me, bro, for 15 years, bro. And we met through that kind of music and stuff. But it's really nice. I think you did a kind of freestyle once. I can't remember where you did it, and you was like, and where do we come from?
Oh,
and
yeah,
you gassed me, bro.
yeah.
I was like, yo, did he
For
just...
GRM,
See,
yeah.
And I didn't know that you was from there. Do you get what I'm saying?
Trust me,
So,
and I'm telling you, like, we filmed, even that bit, I filmed it on the block. This is where we're both from, me and Diggy. Big up
That's
Diggy.
beautiful, man.
You know you get a mention in the book,
Oh,
track
is it?
record. Yeah. Come on, man. I mentioned him, like I'm sure more than once.
Yeah, but
'Cause,
what he did was
foundation.
really incredible, bro. Honestly, I have to put that out there. When anyone ever says that, North Weezee, I'm like, bro, do you understand what the brother done?
Yeah,
you know
man.
what I mean? He's just like, he opened the gates and said, you man.
Yeah, and I don't think people understand. The brother was not really an artist like that before that, bro.
Right.
He just like used to get mad in the dance, and a lot of us had it from Northwest. Had this little chip on our shoulder.
Yeah.
In a dance where the DJ would shout out every corner of London, and leave out Northwest. So Diggy's just thinking to himself, nah, man, we need something that man know that our thing's separate. You get it? And that's what it was, North Weezee.
So he just did that for the culture, really.
Yeah,
innit?
man, just out of the love. Big
Come
up
on,
Diggy.
man. Diggy, man.
Good
Diggy.
you. Everyone
So-
knows.
No, come on. So Harlesden and where? Needsden.
Yeah.
Right. So talk me through Harlesden, because as an East boy, we're kind of, you hear the stereotypical things about Harlesden, and it's kind of.
Tell me though, what
I'll
you hear
tell
about
you,
Harlesden?
rough,
Yeah.
impoverished.
Yeah.
Don't go there if you don't know anyone.
Yeah,
Straight,
yeah.
bro. If you don't know anyone, don't fucking go there. That's facts. I used to host a breakfast show. I can't remember what it was called, bro, but it was in, I think, Needsden or Harlesden, above a bank. There's a Burger King there.
BFM. Well,
it was
Bang FM
Bang.
first, yeah.
Boom.
Now
So
it's Beat.
I used to host a breakfast show there, so
Yeah.
like I'm quite familiar with the area. But I was told by a lot of people, brother, you don't lunchtime, no sir.
Yeah.
Don't.
I don't know. I don't know what it's like for you,
Yeah.
Mark, as well. I want to get your opinion on this. But for me, it being the area that I'm from, it's hard for me to see it.
Of course, home is home.
I can't see the ends as dangerous. But I remember when I was in year 9, I went to school out the ends, and my brethren from school, who's not from my area, was driving through to go Car Giant. That's where everyone used to get their cars from.
Man, know about Car Giant, you know.
Yeah, but he was with his parents in his dad's whip, and he saw me on the roads, and he called me. Like these times, we're 14 years old, we're kind of outside, innit? And he's like, "Yo, what are you doing outside on your own? Like this place is mad." And I thought you're unique,
Yeah.
but I didn't realize that. It took me a while to realize that's how everyone sees the area. But yeah, I understand. Like, there's not, the kind of things that used to happen in Harlesden, like, don't happen everywhere, I guess. Like, everyone's got a story of a madness, or they saw a shotty that time and the car got sprayed up. And to me, that's just a few days in a year. Like, it's not every day.
Yeah.
But I don't realize that the reputation carries.
But when you're saying you're seeing shotties and stuff like that, are you seeing it often, or?
But I thought everyone sees
Okay.
stuff. And I feel like I'm not wrong. Like every area has some element where, because remember, it's the roads, and I don't think people talk about the roads like realistically. Like there's levels to society. In every society as well, there's like a hierarchy.
Hierarchy, yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So especially in London, you can bust one corner and you'll be in the area that's up, and then the next left could take you to the gully. Now, like, even on that road, there's a spot, there's a trap, or there's you know what I'm saying? There's my man with the dogs, or there's my man with this other stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just like that. So I feel like that's London. And I feel bad if I've ever given the impression that like Northwest was just super greasy. Like, I feel like there's greasy areas everywhere. And
But there was an element of grease though, innit?
There was grease.
Do you know what? BMD called me to a video shoot years ago and said, bro, just come down. I went on my own, bro, and it was some estate. And I was parked up on the side, and there was like 100 man. And I thought, like, where's BM? Like, I don't know nobody.
Yeah.
So, like, all right, I'm
And
waiting to
connected
see
to
if I could
everyone
find.
as well.
Couldn't really find anyone. Half hour was gone, 40 minutes. I think this is long, bro. Like, fuck it, just get out and firm it. You get me? So I got out, bro, and everybody was like, just looking at me like, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? And then some boys come up to me like, bro, who's that? And then BM was like, whoa, it's actually.
Yeah. But tell me, like, weren't your ends like that?
Yes, I mean I'm from around here, so like Ilford, yeah, okay, yeah, it was Grease, but but obviously Barking's down the road. Gascoigne Estate is not too far. Forest Gate is not too far away, man. It's not late and stuff. I get what you're saying. I completely appreciate home is home, so you don't really see it in the same way I don't really see it. I wouldn't.
And maybe I'm removed as well in it, because when I was younger, I was definitely like, I was coming down here, and on the way here, that's when I hit Mark, and I was like, yo, you want to roll? But I was also thinking in the back of my mind, technically I'm slipping. Like, if this was 15 years ago, I would have never thought to go on my own and then check if my man wanted to roll.
Yeah.
But like, I'm removed from the element. When I was younger, I was conditioned to be paranoid. I was conditioned to feel like you can't just roll up everywhere.
Out the
Anything
manor
could be
with no whip, that's slipping.
slipping. That's slipping.
And all the man around here, you know, Essex, like,
Yeah, of
Essex
course.
is just here.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, we grow up conditioned a certain way, but then we grow out of it. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? We're growing up.
But then you got to survive that little period, don't you? Of,
that one there is a lot.
of in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think I put in the book certain close calls. Like we used to have to travel for studio. Yeah, I put this one in the book. And one time I had to go Hornsey. The man them had a link to studio. None of us had studio. These times we were like 16. And we roll up 3 man and we just get to the studio with a bag of man that we don't even know. And I said to the man, yo, it's not even worth it. This don't look. It looks like it's gonna go left. I don't know why. I got a bad feeling. I don't always see a bag of man and just think negativity, but
Energy.
energy was off. So I had to go down to the shop. The man didn't want to stay. I had to go, whatever, make sure that I have an insurance policy. Come back with my insurance policy.
What's the insurance policy? Sorry, FYI, but you know what I'm saying?
Something that made me feel like if it goes left, at least we're prepared.
Okay.
And yeah, man, it was
Aviva insurance.
trust me, insurance.
Compare the meerkat.
You understand?
Mark's laughing, but I hear you. But some people don't know. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand.
And yeah. Anyway, that. Long story short, that situation played out all right. We found out after the fact that someone got rapped that day, and a few months later, one of the youths in that session got killed for something music related.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's something that he recorded on that day. I'm not saying that, but yeah, man. Yeah, I put that in the book too.
All right, cool. I'm definitely gonna get to this. Let's do this in like kind of a correct timeline. As a kid growing up, how was school for you? I was laughing, you know.
No, I was thinking about this earlier. Like,
Come on.
I got good grades.
Yeah.
But I didn't really like sitting down. I didn't like the class. I didn't like school. So I just.
What did you get grade-wise, bro?
So first in primary school, I was just flying. Yeah, I was different in primary school.
Yeah.
Got to secondary school. Like I said, school at the ends. It was a good school. Like I wasn't a big fish in a small pond no more.
How far out of the ends was it?
Quay. So I'm from, like I said, Northwest, Rafts. My school was an hour and a half away in Barnet.
Okay, how did you used to do that journey?
Like 3-4 buses sometimes.
By yourself?
Yeah, by myself.
Oh, swear.
Yeah, my mum, listen, man, my mum was like, she saw my big bro was in a local school, and she learned through my big brother's experience that local schools just didn't rate us.
Right.
For whatever reason, like the black thing or the class thing. So she didn't trust them. She had to send me to a school out the ends.
I like you the next in line then from
Yeah,
your
I'm second
Okay.
out of 6 of us.
Right.
And yeah, that kind of, what was my point?
Your school at the distance first.
Anyway, yeah, long story short, answer your question. I get A's by GCSEs, straight
Hey, we
A's,
love that.
bro. Respect, bro.
Okay.
I still can't believe it because like I said, I went through a period where, not a period, my whole secondary school life, I was bottom set for most things. Most of my friends will tell you.
Right.
I wasn't the best student.
But are you still meeting your friends back in the manor?
I still live there.
Right.
Yeah.
So are you kind of juggling?
Yeah.
How
talk
hard
about
is it
that
to juggle both of them?
Kinda-
Sorry if I'm covering
kinda
most
mad.
of the book here.
No,
but I'm
no,
just
cover it,
conversating.
innit? Like,
Obviously,
people need to
it's
know,
greater
like-
depth, of course. Greater depth. you get me?
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Track record. Get
But-
that now.
Yeah, don't worry. You know.
What am I saying?
But just to kind of balance that, like you're grade A students, and I'm presuming the people around you in the ends are not grade A students.
No.
So how are you finding that balance?
Yeah.
Is it difficult? Is it kind of natural to you?
Nah, it's kind of difficult still. It is kind of difficult.
Did you feel like you had to kind of be someone else at certain times?
I
that
thought
makes sense.
not to because it couldn't work. Like remember, I didn't move to the ends. I grew up there. I was there before a lot of other people were in my generation. So everyone knows me, and I never tried to be something I wasn't. Everyone knew that I was serious about school. I had my little brothers. When my little brothers started coming outside, I did not play about them. So everyone understood that I'm about my family, I'm about education. But at the same time, like I said, like you said, degrees in it, like degrees is in the air.
Of course it is.
And when you're 13, 14, 15, everyone's confused. Everyone's trying to establish their name. Everyone's trying to figure out what role they want to play.
But there is that peer-like pressure of being the man, being known around where you are.
Yeah.
And then to kind of submerge that, because I'm guessing you can't be a grade A student and be the man. Surely something's got to give. Or did you manage to juggle both?
I feel like
Man juggled both, yeah?
I learned how to juggle then. Like me now, you can't really put me in a box now. You wouldn't say that. Like the last interview that I did was in that world. Yeah, in Devlin's world.
Yeah.
Like as in like, I don't know, some kind of, you know, Al Jazeera type, BBC type, you know, the ones there. So I move in them circles, but I feel comfortable to come here.
Yeah.
And that's because of who I was them times
Yeah.
there. So I would come back here and, all right, on my estate, there was a lot of young people, a lot of people my age and younger. And we kind of got a reputation for being an unpredictable area because like you could come here and get robbed. And I thought that was everywhere. I feel like it kind of reflected the lack of order. After a certain point, my ends didn't really have order. I'm not going to lie. No disrespect.
What do you mean order? You mean like a hierarchy of
Yeah,
people
man.
around?
I feel like a lot of man went jail. A lot of our elders went jail. But hear the joke now. When certain man came home, they were Muslim. And I felt I spent most hours around them because even though I wasn't Muslim, I was Christian. Like they came home wanting to talk about serious shit. And me being 14, I was the only younger that really wanted to talk on that level. So I could reason with older people. Like they preferred me. I preferred them.
But you wanted to talk at that level. Did that come from the schooling then?
Nah, that's just me. Like that's why I do the poetry and that.
Yeah. I'm gonna get to. I'm trying to establish where does this level of intellect come from? Is it nature? Is it nurture?
All right. So I would say kind of nature still because, like I said, before I went to this school that was out the ends, I was just in a local school. I was in a school in Stonebridge, and all my homies was there. Everyone was there. You get it, but. I've kind of had the intellectual ability from early, but intellect aside, I had curiosity. I had a mind for big questions, and I didn't want to, and I was just serious. Like I thought in a serious way. So older people, Mark's older than man. Do you get me? But we've been rolling for like 10 years. You met me when I was like 23, and that's who I was when I was young. Like I just click with the older man and they understand why I think the way I do. People my age never did. Now that I'm 33, yeah, of course, everyone understands.
Did having an older brother help you though, in kind of a comfort blanket in the end? Because is he out there? That your family might have a name that is my younger brother XYZ.
Yeah, it helped in that like I learned a lot from what he was going through. Remember, he's gone to a local school, and from there he started to explain certain dynamics to me. But at the same time, we're close in age. He's only about a year and a bit older than man. So because of that, we're going through this at the same time, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you've got different kind of inputs, really. He's there and you're there, and it's
Very
making a difference, a clear difference.
Yeah. It's making a difference. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, so you're balancing the two. You got your family of 6, you say?
Yeah, 6 kids.
Younger brothers and sisters, do they then go to your school?
Nah.
Do they do the trek?
They all do different schools. All of us did different schools somehow.
That's quite strange because normally you would presume your siblings, you know what I mean? Your parents would be like, right, you're going to, you know what I mean? So this is interesting.
Yeah, but
it's like a live case study. Do you know what I mean? We're gonna put. Do you get what I'm saying?
But you got kids?
I do, yeah. I have
all right, so every kid's different, isn't it?
100%. I completely agree.
Different needs, different path. So all 6 of us had a different. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think only my sisters went to the same school. So yeah, it's just
okay.
That's what it is.
So you go to school, you're a grade A student.
At the end, bro.
At the end, okay, but you make it.
During the time,
do you get into any trouble whilst you're kind of in school?
Yeah, a little bit of trouble.
But nothing too because
nothing
if it's happening around you, I presume, are you seeing it happen around you?
Yeah.
Okay, so where is that switch in your head? Where does that come from that you don't want to partake? Because I'm presuming there's a peer pressure to partake in certain incidents.
So I won't describe it as peer pressure, yeah. Okay. I think the way people, I think the media get a little bit twisted, yeah. It's logic. If you're from a neighborhood and now in our generation, everyone's warring. My neighborhood's warring with them lot across the road. They're warring with them lot across the road. We're all in a 1 mile radius, yeah. And because we grew up together, kicking ball together, going church together or whatever, school together, we all kind of know where each other's from or who each other's connected to. If you want to step out on your own, you better have a lane. Otherwise, you're just food, right? So I decided what my lane was early, bro. I decided that, okay, I'm gonna, even when I start rapping when I'm 14, before poetry, anything. But I'm just promoting everything that I'm on. You know, the ones that I'm literally promoting.
And what are you on?
Like I'm
What's the lane?
I'm promoting school and I'm promoting getting money. That's all I was.
You're promoting schooling.
Like, no, I wouldn't say I'm promoting school, but when you hear me rap, you know that that I'm, you know, like I'm smart, bro. I'm not trying to hide that. And I'm not trying to throw it in man's face, but
some people would use that as like a weakness, bro. You need to come on what we're doing, what you're doing.
Yeah.
We're not on that. And there must be some peer. That's what I'm thinking. Peer pressure. I'm gonna use the word again.
Yeah.
But like, your brother, you're doing this A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Yeah. Pythagoras don't run in Stonebridge.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Trigonometry don't work. Mark's laughing. But I'm really interested in how you managed to stay firm at 14, brother, and say actually
because
no.
Listen, at the end of the day,
because people just crumble. I lie, Marc.
At the end of the day, reality is reality. Like, if you've got a heart, either you've got a heart or you don't, innit? So I found myself in situations where I had to have heart, and people that were the loudest turned out to be the weakest. I saw that with my own two eyes, and I'm sure like everyone in this room has seen a situation like that before, and I'm seeing it time and time again from when from like even before secondary school. Now that you're making me think about it, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't fold. I never folded. I never ran from nothing. I never, like if I took an L, I took an L though. Like I dealt with it. You get me? So I think that's also a factor. And that, like I said, happened early on.
I guess I'm just trying to establish the origin. Like, where does that come from? Is that just one's heart, or is that just how one is growing up? Do you get what I'm saying? Because I would have thought nine kids out of 10 would have just followed the crowd and be like, they're on that. If I'm not on this, I might be food. You get what I'm saying?
But the more you get into my story, the more you realize, like, I've had a few opportunities to just follow the crowd, bro. Like, even when I got on and, you know, I became George the Poet and stuff, and a lot of people wouldn't handle these opportunities the way that I have. Like, I've turned down money, I've walked away from deals, you know, like,
we're going to get to that, brother. Trust me.
Like, I don't mind, like...
But even that as well, turning down a deal when you're coming from an impoverished area, shall we say, most people would be magnetized. Yeah. Give me that.
So but I'm hard-headed, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, do you know what?
I'm just hard-headed.
I'm kind of getting that vibe. So, okay, let me talk about, obviously, the music creeping in then. You're saying creeping in at 14. What are your influences prior to you kind of rolling the dice at music? What are you listening to? What's your
all right, so before I step into music, we're listening to a lot of rap. We're listening to a lot of...
In the household?
LOX, yeah, me and my brother.
Okay.
A lot of West Coast stuff.
Yeah.
But then by the time I've stepped into like writing, it's straight grime, bro.
Okay,
All I'm listening to is grime.
Okay, so grime is doing its thing, yeah?
Yeah, you man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Grime East, you get me? Okay.
East, I'm not gonna lie.
So grime's doing its thing. You're 14. What are the main artists that you're gravitating to?
Definitely Gets.
Yeah.
Before Gets, Kane. Before Kane, Dizzy.
Yeah.
But yeah, by the time it's the movement, that's all I'm listening to.
Come on, the movement.
Yeah.
And do you know what? It's really interesting because I know exactly what you're talking about. Because when grime was doing his thing, Channel U and grime, there was no other genre to really be a part of. You know what I mean? Okay, so you're listening to grime. What then makes you want to start putting?
My brethren start spitting. My brethren start spitting and they're moving with it.
Okay.
And the way they're moving, again, I described the journey in the book. The way they're moving makes me know that I could do it. Like, I wasn't curious, like, if I start this, am I going to be shit or is it going to... I was like, listen, I'll do whatever it takes. I'll find my angle. Like, you guys, no one is me. The way I see things, the way I process things, I know it's going to be different. So I come out now. It's funny, I was thinking about this like yesterday as well. Around the same time, Chip starts moving. Now, I don't know if you remember where it was the youngers all of a sudden.
Yeah, Chip, Ice Kid.
Grim.
Ironic, maybe, was he part of that?
Yeah, you know, I thought he was a bit older than
okay,
that,
but that time
that
period,
wave,
innit?
Yeah, Rotten, Voltage, yeah. So those guys motivate me differently. Now I'm like, okay, like we've got our own little scene. There weren't no famous 14, 16-year-olds
Absolutely.
before that. Obviously Tinchy, but Tinchy was like a one-off. So from there, I'm just like...
So you've got that inspiration hold, and there's someone from...
Facts.
Is Chips from North, isn't he?
Chips from North.
So you've got someone from North, more kind of local, your kind of age group that is really doing this. So now it's feasible now.
Yeah, now, and remember, it's all on the Bluetooth. Like, we're all... If he dropped a new dub on Friday, we're going to hear it at least by Sunday.
Do
you get me? Being in the Northwest.
Yeah. So you're writing lyrics. Are you performing them or just writing them?
Yeah, I'm performing them now.
Where are you performing them?
The main thing, obviously, you're with the man the minute, so everywhere you go, like, you lot are spitting.
What, just on the road?
On the road, like, again, this is something that I don't see no more, and I think it was kind of powerful, because we would be on the bus, we weren't whipping these times. We're on the bus, and we see a couple men from another school or another area, and instead of tension, now it's spitting.
Spitting against each other.
Yeah.
That's an amazing thing,
isn't it? Mad, isn't it?
It's crazy.
So I got a few people that I met through life, like from that process.
Yeah.
And I think that really helped me like sharpen my, like I told you about us rolling up to Hornsey. We were used to doing that. We were used to just bucking man that we don't really know and just earning respect through, you know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
crazy, that culture, innit? You meet people you don't know, and you literally, it's just about rap. Someone plays it on the speaker, everyone just goes, and it's all, that's it. There's no...
It's even crazier now that I think about it, because there was bare violence as well at the same time. I don't know what it was like for you lot around 06 to 09.
Yeah, it happened.
Right. So, and I'm not even talking about Northwest. I just mean...
In general.
In our age group.
Yeah.
I remember our oldest being shocked that there was so much knife play in my generation.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand why they were shocked, because they were on gunplay. But to them, there was order, there were reasons. Remember I was saying about hierarchy?
It wasn't just lawless.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we didn't see it like that growing up. Like, we just... Everything was mad, like, from our perspective.
So the BMD put North Weezee on the map prior to that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Bashy was also doing his thing from that.
Bashy.
Yeah, come on, Bashy.
Yeah,
Bashy really...
Suck your mum, all of that.
Really put North on the map. Okay, so do you remember your first lyric? I always ask guests this.
Yeah. I think I do, bro.
I know it's in you. Oh shit, he's going in the archives, you know. The Rolodex is spinning.
All right. Remember, This Is How We Do, the game of 50 Cent?
Yeah.
It was over that beat. I started rapping before grime.
Okay.
And I was like, yo, there's bare haters, but that's cool, 'cause I don't owe no favors. Fingers in a lot of pies, I'm tasting different flavors. Can't be time wasting, fam, I'm looking for my papers. Not a punk neither, 'cause I ain't no order taker, so you need to call a waiter. Something, do that. Remember, I'm 14.
I respect it. But for 14, that's hard.
Trying shit, but that's what I'm saying. So from there, I knew, like, if I come in this, remember, I'm writing these bars in secret. I'm thinking to myself, if I come in this lane that my friends are stepping in, so I'm sure I could do something.
In regards to subject matter, is yours different to what everyone else is spitting?
Yeah, it is though. It is.
Is your articulation, the words you're using, is that key, or is it just the topics?
It's just the topics, like, so look what I just talked about, yeah? In my early days of spitting, it's just general, I can spit kind of bars, yeah? But I remember everyone started off with crud. Everyone was talking grease. And I'm talking my brethren that were 14, 15. They weren't outside like that, but they're chatting shit.
Yeah, but that was the cool type of stance to take, of course.
So now going back to your question about peer pressure, I, in my heart, didn't rate that.
I love that.
I can't, I don't care who's on it.
No, I love that, bro. Because I'm telling you, 9.9 recurring people would not do that, bro.
Right. So
because if that's what's popping, and that's the cool factor, and that's getting the wow, why on God's green earth at age 14 would you want to go, actually, no?
Exactly.
You understand?
So, but going back to your question about peer pressure, if you didn't rate that about me at that age, I just didn't rate you. Like, I didn't mind, I don't care. So, and this put me, like, outside of a lot of things. Do you get it? Like I wasn't. That's why in my hood, I connected with my elders. I didn't really connect. Like I grew up with everyone my age, but around 11 to 18, we couldn't connect.
But it's interesting when you're outside of that circle, you actually get a better view of what's happening inside of that circle.
I think so, bro.
And then your perspective can be like, well, actually,
I think so.
I don't gravitate to that.
Because personally, bro, I feel like a lot of people's problems, life problems that I've seen, like we're all in our 30s now, I've seen it play out. I've seen guys fall off. I've seen them lose bread. I've seen them go jail for a long time. I've seen them get stabbed in their neck. I've seen them lose their kids. I've seen them lose their baby mums. Like a lot of them problems started 11 to 18. I remember it clear as day. But it's hard. Like you said, I could see it because I was outside. And I was outside because my mum forced me to go to a school out the area, which I didn't want to do. If I stayed, there would have been no outside window. Like again, like certain man, even the good youths, like not the good youths, but the ones that weren't troublemakers, yeah, they might have been a little bit road, just ended up fried, bro. Like certain man ended up in the madhouse, certain man ended up, just broke, crackhead. So it's like, I'm coming home from a long day at school every day, and then I'm there at the weekend, but I don't really gel with my age mates in the neighborhood. So in the weekend, I go Harlesden, which is a bit different. It's a bit out. It's like 20 minutes away from my hood. And when I'm in Harlesden, I'm more around yardies. It's different. It's not really the man them. It's not, and they're older. Them man are fresh from yard, and they're like 10 years older than man. So I'm always around older people, basically.
You as a younger, are your friends with you? Are you the only younger around these older people?
That's a
Do you
good
get what I'm
question.
saying?
Yeah, but I am.
Saying, how have you got in a position where you're even around these older people, bro? Because that acceptance sometimes is not there, bro. Like, we're gonna be like, why is this kid around us, bro?
Bro, you gotta ask Mark. Like,
Mark, why? You get what I'm saying?
Wise beyond his years. Wisdom, I think.
Yeah.
George is wise beyond his years. He's always been wise. Talking to him is like me talking to you.
Wise. Oracle.
That's what my bro's saying. But me, like I was saying, like when the man them came home, when our oldest came home, and everyone's gone Muslim, they're trying to talk about deep things that a lot of the youngers ain't trying to hear.
But you're trying to hear it.
I'm trying to hear it though.
So you're allowing that two-way conversation to flow.
Exactly.
Because they want ears to hear what they're listening, and you are those ears.
100%. And I've
soaking
got a
it
lot
in.
to say as well. So they're like, rah, like, obviously they disagree with a lot of what I'm saying.
Yeah, but still, it's still a two-way conversation.
Yeah.
And that's amazing, All right, so are you called George the Poet first? Like, is that your first name?
Nah, my first name is Shaolin.
Shaolin?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
break that down, please. As in Shaolin?
Shower was big in our
shower,
area.
yeah, we shower, come on.
Yeah.
Shower, man, come on.
And then just
No
Shaolin.
Diggy, no joking. Right.
And then Shaolin, like Shaolin monk, Wu-Tang.
Oh, so you did
shit.
Shaolin. Oh, mate, see, look, again, bro, knowledgeable, them type of, okay,
right,
cool.
Right, them type of science there.
Come on, yeah. Okay, so Shaolin, and then obviously grime is 140 BPM. So are you like riding that tempo?
Yeah. That's all I did for about 3-4 years.
Yeah?
Yeah, like I really came up spitting. If you listen to my early poetry comes in when I go uni. It's a little later. But I used to do poetry fast, blood.
Okay,
My
you've
thing was
adapted
fast.
the
I was
beat. Yeah.
fresh out of grime. That's all I did.
Yeah. But in kind of grime, are you doing shows or sets, or is this just
doing sets
what
here
clubs
and there.
stuff?
Nah, just little
Wherever you
studio
can fit
sets.
in.
Yeah, wherever man has a studio, really.
Yeah.
And
And then what's your
then little talent shows here and there. That's when I start hitting stage. Wherever someone's got something going in, like I'm on the stage, I'm on the mic.
Are you part of a crew here?
Yeah, my people, me and my two co-Ds, we make a little set called DSM.
DSM, and what does that stand for?
It was all of our names: Di, Shaolin, Manadi.
Okay,
that's my guys.
Come on.
But then we just flipped it into bare different meanings. Don't stop moving, this, that.
Yeah,
I forget what we had in it.
Come on. Evolution.
Yeah.
I normally ask at the end, but I'll ask you now, who are your top favourite grime MCs of all time? Top 5. Because we're on the subject of grime. I usually say if there's a Mount Rushmore of grime, what 5 faces are on there, but let's
Yeah. Skeppy, Wiley, Gets, Kane.
Mark, I'm gonna ask you as well because you're OG. I'm gonna ask you, so start thinking, bro.
Yeah.
One more face, you know.
Yeah. Now, before I say my last one, you got to say yours.
Do you know what? It's interesting you asked me. I've never actually thought about it, but I would definitely Kano, definitely Gets, definitely Big Nasty. I've rolled with bro for 20 years, bro. I've seen some magnificent stuff. So those three, and then Dizzy. I'll have to say Dizzy, bro. Done so much.
Yeah.
One of the first. And then, do you know, I probably will creep in. I was thinking about this, and he's probably earned it the most is Chipmunk.
I was thinking
because Chipmunk was a generation younger,
Yeah.
so I didn't really. Do you get what I'm saying?
You didn't come up under him and that. Yeah,
Right, but the way I've had to think that he's really earned that position for me personally, bro.
I think I would say Chip.
Yeah.
I think Chip's my last one.
Yeah. No, makes sense. Go on, Mark.
Alright, me, I would say.
There's no mic on Mark, so
Big
I'll
H.
repeat. Big H, okay,
Yeah,
come
come
on.
on.
Meridian.
Yeah, I was getting back into some old Big H.
Gotta go with Big H.
He's loyal to the ends, isn't
Yeah,
it?
come on,
Tell
man.
me.
Yeah, Tottenham, man.
Chippy.
Chip.
Can't not fold him in. Skepta.
Yeah.
Who else would I say? Dizzy.
Mm-hmm.
And Gets.
Yeah.
Because they all just, they all meant something to me.
Yeah.
And then I will ask, what's your best grime tunes of all time, top three?
Okay. All right.
We're going somewhere else now, but we're talking about grime. I love grime. So it
Yeah,
just makes sense.
yeah. P's and Q's before I forget.
Yeah, that's
Let me
one
just
of
throw it out
mine.
there.
Yeah.
Foundation, to be fair, what do you call it? Like when
what do
I
you call it?
when I hear the drop
Yeah.
on any Eskimo, you know how he had bare different Esky beats.
But was that grime at the time? But anyway, debatable. But go on, I hear that.
All right.
No.
If you want to do that, then if you want to do
get
that,
into that.
yeah.
What do you call it?
Then park that because I need more spaces.
Okay,
anyway.
okay, yeah, go on.
We saying top 5 grime tunes.
Go on, then go 5 if you
P's
want.
and Q's.
Yeah, that's one of mine.
I Love You.
Yeah, okay.
But if I Love You's grime, then how is what you call it?
Yeah, I get it.
Anyway.
But let's just go on.
Flipping. It's kind of mad.
It is kind of mad. Mark, do you wanna weigh in?
It's kind of hard still.
Go on.
Gets.
You're gonna say frets?
Frets.
I knew you were gonna say
Frets
frets.
in my head.
Yeah.
Frets are made. I get my blade.
Shout out Gets. I'm working on Gets coming here, you know.
Come on, G.
I'm working on it.
Roll deep.
Let's just throw some tunes out there. Pow, I think Pow was.
Oh yeah, power.
I
Yeah,
think
come
Pow's
on, man.
got
This
to
is
be-
impossible,
I mean,
blood.
I've worked in clubs where I've seen what it has done. And to this day, it hasn't been replicated, bro.
Is it?
The madness, bro.
Yeah,
I've been tell that DJ, stop playing this record. You get what I'm saying? Go there now.
Yeah.
That's never happened, bro.
Yeah.
Pow.
We got Pow.
Do you not consider Oi?
I know I thought
Oi
Oi,
is
but now
sick,
you
bro.
can't.
I spoke-
If you can't,
big
you're
up
gonna question
Ozzy.
what do you call it, you can't do
No,
Oi.
but that was way after what you call it. Of
No,
course
it was before. What do you call it?
No, it wasn't.
Reverse.
Well, Oi,
I
it
was
was
in
not,
year
bro.
5.
Platinum 4-5.
I
No,
was-
bro. I'm telling
Oi.
you. No, bro.
Bet money now. How much we betting?
Bro, Oi was
money on
not
it.
before
Nah,
what you call it.
Put money on it.
All day long, bro.
Put money on it.
I bet them crepes that Mark's
What we
wearing.
telling it?
The Sean Weather spoons.
2008.
What, Oi?
Yes, that's when it was uploaded.
Yeah, there you go, bro.
Not
Not
YouTube.
YouTube.
Forget YouTube,
No,
bro.
bro, trust me.
Listen to me.
Release-wise.
Oi was
Bro,
released
Wiley started the thing, bro.
2001. Yeah.
How can you put Oi? Because then people would say Oi was one of the first ever grime tunes. What do you call it? It was one of the first ever Eskimo beats.
Nah, but what do you call it is different from Eskimo beat, blood.
Yeah, but the song, what do you call it? The one with Heartless
Yeah,
in it
that
and all
song
I know
come
the tune.
after. Like Heartless weren't in the
video, they were.
Yeah, they were in the
Mighty
video.
Mo's
Yeah,
in the video.
yeah,
Bro,
not in
bro,
the
trust
shoot.
me, I acknowledge it, bro.
But I'm telling you, bro.
Alright, cool.
Listen, hear what I'm saying.
We'll check it in one of the, you get me, but
Bet money. What do you call it? It's 2002. Oi might even be 2000, blood.
that's mental.
I was in
if
primary
that's the
school
case,
with Oi, blood. I was not in primary school with
Okay.
Wiley.
maybe you just didn't know about that tune. But anyway, look, Mark's gonna do his research.
I'm trying.
Alright.
I just remember it. I just remember ice skating. I just remember when I was a kid, I'm talking at 11, and that tune was in ice skating.
Oi,
Yeah,
I'm telling you, oi, we were kids, bro. Like,
Okay, hold on. I'll tell you what.
Ozzy and them were 17.
Was
blood.
Channel U around when What Do You Call It was about?
Yes, but it
was.
weren't around when Oi was
It
about.
was definitely around when
Nah,
Oi was about.
it played
I know for
Oi.
a
It played. You don't remember the fact,
Brother.
man. Rude boy, I'm telling you.
Okay,
like,
no.
Because I know, and I don't even mean to disrespect.
No.
I know you're.
I would find it
you're-
very interesting if Oi was before that, because Wiley was regarded as one of the godfathers, and one of his first ever tunes was What Do You Call It? So in which case, why is Morfire Crew never put in the conversation
But,
as
alright,
to what started
so
grime?
you're saying one of his first tunes, yeah, but it weren't really his first. Like he was doing grimy
that?
stuff.
Oi.
Nah, that's
2011?
It's not 11. No.
No.
Nah, it's like it was either 01 or 2000.
I think
Like.
Power, the second Power came out.
Yeah, that's
these
second
times,
Power,
brother. Listen, bro.
First part was 2006, it said.
Hear what I'm saying, yeah.
Wiki.
Oi times.
Okay, 2000.
Wiley was still not pay as you go, blood.
Yes, he was.
That's so. Would he drop? What do you call it when he's pay as you go?
Yeah, huh?
Would he drop?
Yes,
what do you call it? As pay as you
Because he
go.
was trying to leave them, innit?
He was
and
left.
start
Though.
this
Even in the
Eskimo
bars in that song, he said,
Okay, interesting.
I had to leave garage. Remember that bit?
Yeah.
See, I'm leaving the scene. That's what you
So
wanted.
that was the bridge to grime.
2002.
Bridge to grime.
Say that again.
It's 2002.
What?
Which one?
Wait,
Oh, he went
Brother.
2002, blood.
that's what it's saying.
Listen, it's an uphill
weren't-
battle,
I know,
fella.
I know.
It's an uphill battle, fella.
How's it uphill
Let
battle,
it
bro?
go, bro.
Every day he's thrown out as wrong, man.
I'm really out here, bro.
Broski,
But I respect it. Hey,
you know what it
you
is?
see the hard-headedness that we was talking about.
hard-headed.
This is it, you know. I get it now. I fully understand.
Listen,
you can't make
listen
him
to the
do something
viewers,
that he
yeah?
don't want to believe, you know.
Listen, to the viewers, yeah, drop your comments, blood. You lot are at your laptops or your phones watching this now,
Yeah,
blood.
okay.
Drop your comments.
Nah,
I'm
totally.
telling you. Furthermore, we'll hit up Lethal after this. Car.
Big up Max. All right. Let's do the transition into you become George the poet, because that's interesting.
True.
To have the poet at the end of Shaolin.
Shaolin, yeah.
That's a very
Yeah, that was a lot of people didn't expect that.
right. So please explain how
All
that
right,
transition.
little story now. Yeah, remember I told you I used to do sets, studio, anywhere I could get a mic. One time I had a show in Hammersmith, and we used to perform with the backing track on the CD. The CD started jumping. I told the sound guy to cut off the CD. I'm gonna finish my tune a cappella.
Acapella.
I'm telling you, blood. Something happened that day. I was 16. Remember, I had my little night tracksuit. I had my 110s.
Man knows the crepage.
It's that era.
Yeah.
Why do we call them 110s? Were they 110 pounds at the time?
Huh?
110 pounds. Yeah, Air
Bro,
Max.
you're
What are
asking
they?
the crep
95s.
guru, bro. He's right
Come on,
there,
man.
bro.
The 97s.
Come on. Okay, so it doesn't work. The CD skips, and instead
I
of
say cut
cancelling
it
the
out.
show, you embrace it, cut it out, and do
Yeah.
acapella. You stand there spoken word, and you spit your grime rap.
Yeah, for the first time, I'm 16, and I remember I said to my brethren, "Yo, that's a thing, you know." Because when I have no backing track, I can control the flow differently. It's like the difference between being in a game and just freestyling, like football-wise.
There's more emotion in what you're saying can be captured, the speed of it,
Yeah,
everything.
just to be having fun. Like I can drop these bars the way I talk, and I felt like the way I talk is there's a flow to it anyway.
Yeah.
So that's them times I'm 16. I didn't really think nothing of it. I carry on building with grime, but a few things happen. Grime starts slowing down.
Didn't it just, boy? Yeah.
Blood, you remember it differently, I guess.
Yeah, go on.
Grime starts slowing down. Things get colder. Like I feel like things got greasier.
What do you
Things
mean,
got
just
more
outside?
serious. Yeah, outside. Got more serious, and I felt like
Is this in your area or just in general?
in my area, definitely. In general as well, though. Remember, okay, so I'm 17 in 08. 08 had the record number of teenage murders in London
Okay.
ever. So, yeah, things were getting greasier, and we're getting older. Now, I've always had this thing of I'm not gonna talk badness. I'm not gonna promote badness, but all of my peoples promote badness. There's nothing I can really do about that. This is the scene that we're in.
Yeah.
After a while, I got tired of being in that space because it was limiting everything. You know, you said about peer pressure. No one could peer pressure me, but guys saw it how they saw it. You know the ones there. I remember being in the studio, again, made a link that I don't really know these guys, but I know a guy that knows them. And I used to write bars in my head. I used to write them on the spot. That was another little thing that got me respect. So we're in the studio, he's throwing on a rhythm, everyone's putting down their verse. I put down my verse, and then he says what you said, that, you know, like, I think he paused it, or when I come out, he's like, yo, we're all talking about road, we're on grease, we're on badness. Can't really, like, your thing ain't matching our thing. And then my answer at the time was the same as ever been, like, I respect it.
But,
drop me out, innit? Like,
yeah.
no, just drop me out. Like, I respect it. I'm not gonna, I don't play as well. Like, where I'm from, badness is serious. So if you're not bad and you're not prepared to change yourself and take that risk, then you're inviting problems. So why would I do that when I've got little siblings and these things? I wouldn't even move. I wouldn't even shot because I didn't trust my neighborhood. Again, all of these little things that like shape how my life turned out.
Sorry to interrupt. Side note: how are your parents with this? Are you kind of are they firm? Are they strict? How much of that is influencing
my
you?
mum was firm still.
Yeah.
But you know.
I ain't gonna lie. I used to get my ass whooped, bro. You get me?
Yeah. I used to get broke up with my dad. That would have to do that, but
yeah.
um.
They were firm but fair.
What they found, yeah, they were fair. What they found with my big bro and like everyone in my generation, outside was different. Like, it's not about. I realized young that my parents don't actually understand where we're at right now, because
Were they first gen here?
Yeah,
okay.
Fresh, and they wouldn't understand some of the situations that we would get into until my little brothers would go outside and I would explain to them, listen, you remember when I tried to explain to you what happened to me? Yeah, I'm not letting that happen to him. So you got to let me handle this, how I'm going to handle it. That's when they started respecting that, right, like, I think this is different rules from what we grew up in. But I learned to keep things secret from them because it was too...
Yeah, they couldn't.
They couldn't. I didn't want to scare them. I didn't want to make them know. I remember one time my brother told my dad when his brethren got stabbed, and I was just mad at my brother because there's nothing my dad can do about it, and he's going to get paranoid, and now he's going to start shutting our shit down.
Yeah.
These are the dynamics, immigrant parents.
Dynamics. All right, yeah, sorry. So the George the Poet then, you develop this name, you find a different angle, yeah?
All right, so I get to uni, I go to Cambridge.
Okay, you can't just, you get me, this man, you can't just throw Cambridge out like man just, okay, cool. Yeah. You're studying, what A-levels are you doing?
History, politics, sociology, English.
Man threw a fourth one in there just in case.
Just in case.
Okay, and what grade you get?
I get straight A's, blood.
4 A's.
All right, so first year I got 3 A's and a B. The next year I got like 3 A's and a C.
Okay, so what did you leave with?
That one out. Yeah, 3 A's and a C. Bro.
3 A's and a C. That's fucking incredible.
Respect, bro.
Yeah, no, I genuinely mean that, okay? Yeah. And balancing it has become the norm to you, yeah? At this junction, right? You know how to deal with that, you know how to deal with that. Yeah. Are you studying a lot or is this natural? Are you kind of a... Because I was one of them kids that could study two nights before, one night before, and I'd just be good.
I'm not gonna lie.
Do that.
But I would fail bare, and then when it gets to the last thing, because I got all the fails out the way. Now I know what not to do. I know how to pass this thing. Okay. So I wasn't the best with the studying. I tried. I really tried, bro. But
I think you're better than you think you were.
Nah, with the actual studying, I remember I used to try to go library with my good friends.
There's only gal in library. Man, don't go library for nothing else.
And then not paying attention. Bro, every day I would come back with an empty page, an empty book. I didn't do nothing, just gal all day.
Yeah, been there, done that.
So yeah, like I always thought to myself, if I really was one of those people that could focus, I had friends that could. I would be in a different league. I'd probably be top 1% in the country, but I couldn't.
Well, to make it to Cambridge, you probably are, right?
True.
So, how does that work? Did you always want to go to Cambridge, or was that a pipe dream, or was that I'm going to Cambridge, or like a?
No, it was a pipe dream that came out of nowhere.
Okay.
So like I said, in my school there was heavy hitters. Like all the youths in my school were very smart. That's why I was in bottom set for a lot of stuff.
Right.
and they start applying for all these unis. They start applying for Cambridge.
Did that help you? Sorry, that everyone else around you was
Yeah,
so
yeah,
smart. You had to
definitely.
keep up.
Definitely. Like,
Yeah.
even on a, I don't want my name to be at the bottom of the list every single Ras Clark year.
Yeah.
Even on that level, like, it helped me. So I always give respect to the school and to my peers for that. But
So you applied to Cambridge.
I applied to Cambridge. My head of year didn't believe him, man. He told me to forget it, basically.
Was that your first choice? Because I remember in a UCAS thing.
You got to do 5 choices, innit?
Oh, it's 5. Was it 5?
Yeah, so it's one of my first 5. And he's saying, listen, don't gamble like that, because the kind of people that get into Cambridge, they got better grades than you. I got A's, but I got like 7 A's, 4 A stars. My man's telling me the average in
10 A's,
Cambridge
yeah.
is a minimum 9 A stars.
Mental.
So I'm thinking, man, you lot are doing too much. But if you knew where, in my head, I'm thinking, if you knew where I came from, you would. This is basically the same thing as
absolutely.
10 Ras Clark A stars.
Yeah.
But
where else did you apply, if you don't mind me asking? Cambridge,
Exeter, Durham, LSE.
I'm familiar with LSE. I'm not familiar with the other two.
LSE.
Just top places.
Top blood, like
obviously
top
with
10,
like
everything.
4 A's and a C, you can get. You know what I mean?
You can
you're
pattern
nice.
something. Yeah.
Okay, so
He tells me not to apply. My mum comes down, buns 5 for him.
come on,
like-
big up, Mumsy.
He had to back down. I didn't really want to apply, cause I believed what the head of year said. I was like, shit, yeah, maybe I ain't. Whatever. I'm gonna be a rapper anyway. You lot don't know me.
So you told your mum, I'm not going to apply Cambridge. I've been told not to.
Yeah,
And
she
your mum
wasn't
backed
having
you.
it.
Oh, we love that though. We love that.
Yeah, big up Mumsy. She
Okay.
was not having it. She was
Okay,
not having
and
it. She was like, they don't know my son.
I'm guessing to get into Cambridge is their interview process as well. I'm guessing they don't just read your paperwork and go,
Yeah,
Right.
interviews.
What interviews?
I did like 2 interviews.
we're there, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you know what? Weird fact, right? I gave a TED talk in Cambridge Uni once at Oxbridge event. It's so weird, bro. But I was one of the first to do a TED talk, and I did not know what I was walking into, bro. And wow, it was mental, bro.
Mental how?
Just everything that was there. It was at Oxford, I think, but it was an Oxbridge event. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there was CEOs of Virgin was there. Howard Marks was there. Weirdly enough, the bloody drug smuggler. But mate, it was just a whole new world, mate.
I hear it.
It was. But for you going there, did you ever see anything like that anywhere else, or was this a whole new world?
Yeah, no, it was a whole new world still. And I'm not gonna lie, I was very proud that I was there. But quickly, I realized that this is gonna be a struggle.
Right. Hold on. Park that a minute, bro.
Yeah.
Just the entry requirements. It's just literally interviews, and then they just say yes.
Interviews and a test or 2, maybe about 2 tests.
What are you going there to actually study?
Sociology and politics, political science.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And then when you get told you're going, is that a letter or a phone call?
What was it?
Take us back to that moment. You get me? When
it
man
was a letter.
got
Yeah,
the thumbs up.
It was a letter. My dad called me because my mum couldn't talk.
Why? 'Cause she's just happy.
Yeah.
Come
She
on.
was just crying.
Yeah, man.
My dad called me and said, I got in. Did you get it? I couldn't believe it. It was December. There was ice.
You see, it's mad when you
On the
know
road.
when you remember these things, bro. I had that phone call. There was
Yeah.
ice, bro.
There was ice on the road, and I ran out of where I was at my brethren's yard. And I ran out, almost dropped on the ice
Yeah.
because I was gay. I didn't think I was gonna get in, B.
That's unbelievable, bro. Okay, so you arrive at Cambridge. Do you live there then? Because I'm guessing
Yeah.
it's a
You
bit
gotta
far.
live there. They
Man's
don't
not
let
trekking down the M11 every day, bro.
I would have if I could.
That's a bit mad. Okay, you get there. Talk to me about Cambridge then.
All right, so you get there now, yeah, and obviously my secondary school was, even though it was like a up school, it was still like mainly Asian. It was brown and it was mixed. It was diverse. Cambridge wasn't diverse. Yeah, it was straight like white really, which I never really thought about. I'd never really been around in a predominantly white setting. Before.
Percentage-wise, how many % would you say was white in there?
So in my college, and that's your life really. That's your campus. In my college, it was over 90%. Like I was the only black man in my year, and there was one in the year above me, and there was one in the year above him.
Do you think you being black helped you get into Cambridge?
All right. So we asked our director of studies this one time. Me and this
Okay.
Iranian sister.
It's interesting because
She's from Tottenham.
Okay.
So we were both like, yo, like, no. She asked him and she told me what he said. She was like, be real, innit? Like, does my background play a part in how I got into the thing? And the way he put it was, we're not gonna lie, we look at everything. So it is a factor.
I would think it's a factor as well.
Yeah.
We all know the name of the game. Certain boxes have to be. That does not take away from the fact that you are capable. By the way.
Yeah.
And
So
I hope
when-
you
when-
don't
when-
feel like that.
When she found that out, it kind of shook her confidence a bit.
Yeah.
But for me,
It's a
I was
shame.
like, I
Man's
felt
here anyway.
the same way about this. I
Where's
felt
the canteen at now?
that's how I felt with the rap thing. Like, I don't care who thinks I'm not certified. I don't care what isms you lot are bringing to the table. I know my thing, and you lot ain't. You know,
Are
you can't
you
do what I'm gonna do.
Are you still rapping at this time? Are you George the Poet in
Yeah,
Cambridge?
yeah. So I weren't George the Poet. Yeah, I came in with as a rapper, but I was in two minds. I didn't see no future in grime. Rap was coming up now. This is the era of gigs. Big Bad Blue. Blade Brown. Hollow meets Blade.
Yeah.
It was what a time.
Yeah. Interesting times.
You get it?
I'll tell you a story off camera. But anyway, okay, cool. So you're not really doing the music.
I weren't doing the music.
You're focusing on Cambridge.
Yeah.
Summarize that experience then in Cambridge.
So in Cambridge, I became a loner.
Right.
Like, I weren't around none of my element, and I thought I could bring the element to Cambridge but it just weren't that. Like,
No.
I tried. People were cool. No one was racist to my face anyway, and no one tried to be like a mean girl to man. Again, I don't. If you don't rate me, I don't rate you anyway.
Okay, you just kept to yourself,
I
isolated
ended
yourself.
up keeping to myself. But the first term that I'm there, my brethren from my old school, he's the president of the African Caribbean Society.
In Cambridge?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's people from your old school that...
Yeah, there's
that,
one or
okay,
two. But like I
okay.
said, my school it's in a different world from my
Yeah,
neighborhood.
but at least there's faces
There's
you're
something.
familiar with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that meant a lot. He knew me as a rapper. He's putting on a talent show for the freshers, innit, for the first year. And because he knows me as a rapper, he wants me on his show. And me, I'm on some like, I don't even know, like,
What are you telling me? You come with the crud in
man.
Cambridge?
Nah, I was on some, like at the start of a Batman movie, where he's like, no, I'm not doing this no more.
Yeah.
One of them.
I'm not gonna do it. And then he sees the bat sign in the
Yeah,
back
yeah.
in the Cambridge
It's
Moors.
like, they need me.
Yeah.
But for a couple of weeks, I'm like to him, brother, I'm tapped out. I can't do this. I don't. Especially around these people,
Yeah,
man.
they're not gonna-
Don't make me come out here and
Yeah.
act like a Ross Clark cartoon. I'm gonna look like a
And be
monkey.
the stereotype.
Yeah.
Right.
So I didn't want to do that, but then he kept persisting, and I was like, look, I'll do it, only if I switch it up. I'm not gonna rap it. I'm gonna find a new way to flow it. I'm gonna talk it like somehow. He's like, whatever, cuz
Just get on the bill,
get
bro.
on the bill, B.
Yeah.
And I figured it out, and that's how the poetry started.
Yeah. And then are you kind of writing poet? Is that becoming a hobby then in your kind of isolated period?
So at the same time, my studies, like everything I'm learning, remember, I'm doing sociology. That's about society. It would be different if I went away and I did architecture. That's not as relevant to where I'm from. But everything that I'm learning just makes me feel different. By this time, I got a lot of anger as well towards the ends and certain things that
Why
I
is
saw.
that?
Because I just felt like the whole shit was falling apart. Look at everything I told you, yeah? No order, youngers, olders in jail, 11 to 18, everyone's problems started. I was still processing that by the time I got to Cambridge.
But sitting in Cambridge must felt like a million miles away from all that. Do
It
you know
did,
what I mean?
but all I could think about was home, bro.
Are you going home every weekend or
Nah.
you're not?
And also, I just done about 4 months in Uganda.
Okay.
I went to Uganda before I went uni.
Was that the first time you've been or
It was the first time I went on my own, like as a young
Okay.
adult now. I'm like 19.
Yeah.
Nipsey did the same thing. Like when Nipsey was about 19, he went home. And if you ever hear him talk about it, that's what I went through. You come out the hood and you're just in Africa. And you're seeing people your age and you're imagining who you could have been if you was in their shoes, and the problems they have are just different. They don't see none of what you see back home. And it's just, yeah, it was like a reset for me. So, but it also made me feel a way about the hood. It made me feel like the neighborhood just, it kind of fucked us over in a
Why
lot
did
of
you
ways.
go for like months, if you don't mind me asking? That's a
Just-
prolonged period of time.
Just detox. And even before I cut out, had a little bit of a situation in the area as well, in the neighborhood as well.
What do you mean?
Um,
Politics.
just politics, man.
Man
just
had to
bullshit.
escape the politics.
I wasn't even trying to dip from the politics, but it just happened that just before I'm about to cut, now we got politics. So I've left on that note, then I've come back, nothing's really resolved, everything's a bit weird, but I'm thinking I'm cutting anyway, I've made it, you get me, I'm going Cambridge. And I didn't like that feeling. I knew I felt bitter. I had a lot of, I had a lot of resentment, and there weren't really no one that could understand. I've been living in two worlds for 7 years by this point. There ain't no one that can relate.
Man's doing metaverse before metaverse. Bro. I lie.
My thing was
other
VR
spectrum.
from before VR. Man.
Okay. So you're not enjoying Cambridge. You're isolated, and then is this where you're then writing your poetry then?
Yeah.
And are you writing it in like verse formats, or are you just writing lyrics? Like,
Yeah, I'm writing like bars, but
or are you writing them in stanzas, rude boy? Because I know them words there, you know.
I said stanzas.
Yeah.
But I'm writing bars.
Yeah.
But the way I'm now thinking as a poet.
Yes.
So if I would spit something a certain way for a grime beat, yeah, like there's only so many words you can fit into a bar. Them rules don't apply no more.
And that in spoken word.
Do you get it? Like, and if there's a certain word that wouldn't really land properly in a tune.
You know, like a cappella and spoken word. The spoken word has got a bit of its own lane as well.
Yeah, man.
I can't remember, there was a brother outside Walthamstow doing this spoken word once, and it millions of views. I don't know if anyone remembers this brother.
What, Sully Briggs?
Yeah, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
Is
a
this
bad
before that guy?
No, he was before me.
He was talking about like
Education,
prospects and stuff. I remember.
Yeah.
So he was before you.
He was before me. He's older than man.
Okay,
I was with him the other day.
okay. So did that give any like?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, because I
So I
remember
found
that
out about
outside
him.
Walthamstow. Yeah.
Around that time, and I'm like, yo, I want to do this.
And his thing connected because
Yeah,
no
blood.
one had ever like. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
it was like
man.
5, 6, 7 minutes, but he broke down
Pioneer, bro.
life. You get me? Made man's look at themselves. Do you know what I mean?
He made me like realize,
Sully
there's a lane.
Breaks, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
I was with him the other day. We did a show at the Royal Albert Hall.
Mental.
Sell off. He's still. I told him like there was like other poets on the bill and everyone did their thing, but I told him he was my favorite blood.
He was definitely the first I'd ever heard spoken word because that flipping flew millions of views. But all right, cool. So you're writing lyrics, and then when does this turn into a music career then?
So about my second year, I start making noise in the rap scene now. Rappers start booking me for shows.
Okay, but you said you weren't doing music.
I weren't. It was literally me being on the stage running my mouth, blood.
So you was doing a cappella bits.
Yeah.
Back in the ends, not in Cambridge.
Yeah.
And by that you're getting bookings.
Yeah.
Just doing spoken word.
Just doing spoken word, but also shouts out to the other unis because the African Caribbean societies, the black students from other unis started booking me to come to there. But enough of them are from South. All of a sudden, there was just bare Nigerians from South everywhere. So like,
It's their time to shine. You
it was
get me?
their time.
Yeah.
And they became the plug for me.
But what kind of topics are you kind of talking about?
Now I'm venting about the ends. So, all right, that's a good question because when I'm a rapper, I start off just rapping. I'm a rap. I can out rap anyone.
Yeah.
But them times that I'm 15, by the time I'm 19, I got a little bit more experience and I'm a little bit more like
Poetic.
disturbed. I'm more disturbed
Oh, okay.
about the situation back home because I've made it out and I got survivor's guilt. I'm in Cambridge, bro. And,
That's
certain
really
men are sitting
interesting. You've
down
got
by this
survivor's
point.
guilt. You've left. You'd be like, bro, I'm out. Let me crack on and get it. But it's interesting. You've got this guilt that you're carrying around with you. And really and truly, like, you've earned your position. It's not like someone paid your scholarship and went, yeah, bro.
True.
Do you get what I'm saying?
True.
That's really interesting.
True.
That
But remember, I'm studying sociology, bro. That shit will make you understand things differently if you're doing it right.
yeah.
So now I kind of feel bad, like when I was in it, when I was in the element and I was in the politics and I'm having to carry the name of my estate everywhere I go.
But do you feel like you have to carry that name?
When I was younger, yeah, we're just conditioned like that, innit? Like I would have felt like a prick if I didn't.
Yeah, okay.
But it's problems. Like no one is ever happy to hear where I'm from. St. Raph's wasn't a good like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Them times there was a lot of problems. It was associated with a lot of negativity. Going back to what I was saying, the lack of order. If you know, you know, innit?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was weighing heavy on, man. But I'm studying society and I'm learning like, yo, you know, like we were kind of set up to fail.
Fail, yeah.
You know the ones there, and I can't. That shit is now haunting me. And now I want everyone from any area like mine. I wish they had access to the knowledge that I'm getting. That's why my poetry starts getting serious. I don't want to talk about bars no more. I don't want to talk about gal. I don't want to talk about money. I'm like, nah. If there's one thing I can do in my life, it's pass on the knowledge, and that's literally ever since that. That's
And
what I just.
How long
that's what
are
I
you
stuck
like?
with.
How long is your like poetry? Are they like minutes long?
Yeah, they're like from 2 minutes to 4 minutes sometimes.
Yeah. So you're getting booked around the unis, making a name. Okay. Now how does
Man, I'm getting wheel-ups. I'm getting wheel-ups for poems.
man wheel up from poem? How does a man wheel up a poem, bro?
Because what I'm saying,
Man say,
like you said with Suli, innit? Like,
Yeah,
if it connects,
it's true
and
though.
black people are like that. When
Do you
it
know
connects,
what?
they'll
It
let
makes
you know.
sense because you know them battles, like them freestyle battles.
Exactly. Smack
King
and
of the
that,
dot,
URL.
smack and all that. If man does a thing, then you know it's a shutdown. And it's really interesting. So how does that then now form into
So I'm in the
rap?
rap scene, yeah. So what happened was...
Are you in the rap scene? You're in...
Literally, like, it's hard. Like, it's hard to...
Explain.
Again, I break it down in the book, though.
Yeah.
What happened was,
You break...
like I said, South.
Interlude.
I'm getting bookings from South, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a rapper from South called Lioness.
The girl?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, come on.
Lioness.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
We know.
Lioness books me for her EP launch.
Right.
And there's Beer Man there. There's Beer South, man. There's, I think Femfel was there. I think Big Bad Blue was there. Even Bear Man. Remember Bear Man? Oh, you're strong,
Bear
boy.
man.
Even he was there.
Yeah.
So, but I come on stage and I do this little, I do my little 10 minutes of poetry and I get a wheel up there. I think the footage is still online. I get a wheel up and I think the word just goes out that there's this poet and his thing's different. It's kind of greasy. It's kind of like relevant. It's like a poet from ends. It's our element. And
You got that niche because you're kind of talking to them. You know where you're from, and you're reading them into this kind of I'm gonna say it like a more intellectual kind of deeper thinking pattern. Do you know what I'm saying?
And look, here the joke. It's just a continuation of what I was doing when I was 14 on the block with the elders. Like I just want to talk. I just want to reason. Like if you're from where I'm from, let's reason.
Yeah, but there's an art form in your reasoning.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not just less reason. I think you're not giving yourself enough credit. The nuance, the way you're projecting, the way you're able to pause and you get me, get the reaction and go. That's a talent in itself, you know.
Respect, bro, yeah.
You understand? Like working a crowd. You understand? You can talk, but there's ways of formulation. You know what I'm
Big
saying?
up grime. I developed all of them skills in grime. When that CD cut off, like I told you, and I had to do it a cappella, that's when I started developing those skills.
Life changed. Okay, so then how does it turn into rap career then? Okay, you're doing that. You do that Lioness show.
I never had a rap career.
Well, I kind of beg to differ, but go on.
Oh, you see it different. All right, cool. So from the Lioness show, then I link up with Zion, Wretch's manager, and Wretch.
Okay, how are they there in the crowd?
They're at these shows. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like,
And Wretch
big
is
up
obviously Wretch
Rashid.
is a wordsmith as well, so he can
Yeah,
appreciate a wordsmith can appreciate.
It's the lineage. Big up Wretch. He was one of my favorite artists by that point as well. But when you asked me my favorite grime artist,
No, it's fine.
Wretch
it's
was
fine.
like rap as well, innit?
Yeah.
Anyway, from big up Rashid, Link Up TV. He used to live in my estate as well. He put me on to a lot of different things. He put me on the Link Up TV when they started doing live shows. Again, gets my name out there. Eventually, link up with Zion and Wretch, and I started popping up on Link Up TV. Rashid put me on like a little series. We did like 4 poems, and
All spoken word, like no music.
spoken word, but he was like, yo, I'm going to link you up with my brethren who plays piano.
Oh yeah, okay.
So the Link Up TV poems
Yeah.
are just straight piano. Big up Emmanuel Standies.
Mm.
And now I feel like, I don't know how you remember it, Mark, but I feel like the streets started having me on their radar in that era.
Mm.
The Link Up TV era. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
So that's before the industry. Then the industry starts coming. The year after that is the year I'm graduating now. Bro, I was not in lectures. I was not in Cambridge. Everyone, I turned up for final exams and everyone was like, oh, you still go here? Because I'm jogging. I'm down here making it happen.
Jogging.
I'm
Mad
making it
Cambridge
happen.
man going jogging. Right, hold on. So you get this record deal. It comes to you, yeah?
Yeah, just when I graduated.
It's just the island deal.
Yeah.
Right, it comes to you. Are you excited for it?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're still doing Cambridge?
Nah, I just graduated when I signed.
Okay, fantastic. So it's worked out then.
Yeah.
So the uni stuff is going well. What did you leave with, if you don't mind me asking?
2-1. Yeah, 2-1.
Yeah. So you left Cambridge, graduated, fantastic. And just as you're leaving, because I'm presuming with a 2-1 from Cambridge, you can go on to do some amazing things with some financial gains. Surely, like there's a lot of places that would have you.
Yeah.
Are you not seeking that path at all?
No.
Why? Just because of this music buzz?
Nah, it's not just the music buzz. Like I said, when I realized that my calling is to pass on information, I'm like, yo, we got to get it cracking. We got to figure out a way to do it. Now, I think I know. I had a little plan. People that know me as George the Poet now didn't know that I was doing music for 5 years before I became George the Poet. Now I'm ready to bring music back into it. So I'm going to find a way to do music with poetry. I'm going to get my name out there and I'm going to take my music career like in a direction that, let's say Dave, like a Dave kind of thing. That was what I had in my mind at the time, but poetry version.
Okay. Now, Island Records is no joke. It's a major, innit? Really. They come and find you.
Basically, yeah.
That's amazing in itself. Okay. This is at a time where, you know, there's not a lot of artists breaking through. Do you know what I mean? There was a handful.
True.
Okay. So, do you agree to deal straight away? What is it? An album?
Nah, there's a bidding war. There's Island, Atlantic.
War. We like, show me the money.
Island, Atlantic, and Virgin.
Okay, so how does that work then? That there's actually now a bidding war? Because we're talking at times where labels are not really signing. They're signing little here and there. But to get in a bidding war is mental, bro.
Yeah.
So they're all knocking on your door at the same time.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
So at Atlantic, there was one A&R who really believed. The boss at the time, Max, didn't see the vision. He was straight up about it. And I'm saying, cool, you know my thing. If you don't rate me, then I hear it.
I'm out. Yeah. But it must be amazing being head kind of hunted and being like...
Yeah, but I'm not going to lie. Like, if you're a Cambridge grad, yeah.
Did that help you then?
I think confidence alone.
A lot of labels want a story from the artist, the PR story and all of that.
Yeah, I think PR-wise,
George the Poet from Cambridge, Stonebridge.
Not Stonebridge, St. Ralph's, yeah.
But that
Stonebridge, though.
As kind of a PR guy, it's like, yo, this kind of story writes itself. Do you get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And this is like, there's nobody like this.
Yeah. So that was the talk. I had a lot of looks. I'm skating over bare things, so I'm trying to get through the thing. But I had big moments in TV as well. Linked up with a director from that Lioness Night. His name was Rob Ryan. He got me to do a poem about London that just made me shoot off in bare different directions. So by the time I've come to the music industry, they know, like, you know, I'm kind of hot property. I could just, like you said, go into the city and make 6 figures, or I could keep going independent. I had options in it. So.
And you've got a safety net. You can always go back to the Cambridge. You're not going to lose that qualification, are you? So,
exactly.
So, okay.
Yeah, so I like, there's an A&R at Atlantic that wants to sign. His boss don't really believe. Virgin, they had a whole team, sat me down, did a strong pitch. Big up, Glenn. But Island got my attention because Darkus was the president. And Darkus, I talk about this in the book as well. Darkus' dad was like one of the first Black Panthers in the country. And that's the pitch that he made to me. He was like, listen, man, I ain't gonna get distracted. I know what you mean for the black community. I know what you mean for Britain potentially I just wanna be there. I just wanna back it.
And was your primary concern to rep the black kind of thing, or was it like you as an artist as well? Do you get what I'm saying? Because they're kind of two things to.
I'm gonna be honest,
Do you
bro.
get what
It
I'm
wasn't me as an artist.
Yeah.
I wanted to do what I could, not
For
just
others.
not
But
just for
that's
the black
amazing.
community, but for
Yeah.
anyone from a community that was overlooked and was poor. Like, I wanted to make a new way for you to have a plug. I wanted to be your plug for education, basically, and I wanted to inspire you to finesse, to find a way around. Because all of my favorite rappers that I ever rated, I rated them for who they were, but I don't feel like they really were doing it for man. They were doing it for us.
Okay.
They were doing it for them.
For themselves to get out, to make money.
Yeah. That's normal. No one's gonna judge you for that.
But you really wasn't. You was trying to be the martyr out here.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I was.
Okay.
I was.
So you signed to Ireland.
Signed to Ireland.
Can we get into the details of what that deal was?
Yeah, it was.
What was it? Album, single, what was it?
It was an album. It was a 5-album deal. If I
5
remember right.
albums.
I think it was 5 albums.
Treating man like MJ out here, bro. Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's actually unheard of, I would have thought.
Yeah.
So they want to sign you for 5 albums. Okay. What type of deal is that? Because there was a lot of 360s at the time.
It was basically a 360.
It was a 360.
They presented it like it wasn't, but it was a 360.
Okay, so a 360 for anyone at home is for them to earn money off everything you do, all your shows, your sales. If you sell merchandise, they want a chunk of all of that. So it was this kind of.
That was big in the late 2000s, early 2010s.
It was unheard of, and then it just kind of came in for 360 deals where labels would take. Effectively own a piece of you for that whole thing. So they didn't pitch it as a 360.
No, they didn't. So Virgin was saying this is a 360, but they were offering, bread. Them lot,
How
Ireland,
much bread are we talking?
300 racks.
Well, what's that signing fee, yours? Or is that money that they have to recoup? I know my
So
shit,
that one there was non-recoupable.
Non-recoupable. 300, it's like a football player. Sign 300 grand yours, come this way.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But they were also they were honest and they were like, listen though, for this kind of play, we're gonna need hits.
No doubt.
Right. And I was like, all right, I appreciate the honesty. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to start thinking about hits though.
When do you mean hits as in like commercial hits?
Yeah, commercial hits.
So taking you in a direction that you're not foreseeing.
Now, this is 2013.
Yeah.
Not that long before, Chip had Oopsie Daisy, you know what I'm saying?
Diamond rings, remember that one?
Yeah.
I know.
And a lot of us were kind of, wary because of that.
Yeah. He did get a lot of backlash. He was considered very
and
poppy for that at the time. Chip did not go down well.
Yeah.
But I see him doing it recently at the Grime Daily Orchestra thing with the.
He should, man. He should.
And it went down well. So it's crazy how time.
Yeah, we need time sometimes.
But there was definitely a backlash then. I remember.
Right. So it was hard.
Too poppy and all of that.
So I wasn't. That didn't make no sense. I didn't want to make that gamble.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Like.
Okay.
I understand if you don't want to put up that bread, you're gonna want me to go in a direction that I'm not gonna want to go in.
But was there not temptation 300 grand to take home to my parents?
Yeah, there was.
Surely,
temptation.
like how much was the temptation? That's a lot of.
There was temptation
Hovis.
still.
Yeah, get me.
There was temptation, bro.
Was it easy to say no then? Because you're so hard-headed. You're one of the most hard-headed people I've ever met in my life, brother.
No.
But I respect it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, was it easy then? Or did you have
It was easy to
It was
say,
easy.
so, yeah.
That's crazy, Well, I love that, Okay, cool. And then what was the island deal then? It was a 360, but was there extra gravy on it?
It was a 360 and it was.
I don't know.
It was cool. It was.
What is that now? I don't know. Okay, is it near the figure what the other one?
Nah, it wasn't. It
What,
wasn't
nowhere
near.
near?
Nah, it was 100. It was 100.
Okay,
racks.
cool.
Yeah.
Appreciate the honesty. So that's a substantial loss, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you believed in what they were saying
Exactly.
because of the whole Black Panther thing. The whole that really got you.
And mainly that my man was the president. Everywhere else, I'm not talking to the. I'm talking to.
You're not talking to Richard Branson.
Yeah.
Completely understood.
So that was a big part of my logic.
But then
the black thing as well.
when you're led to believe it's not a 360, and then you find out it is a 360 from someone who is playing the Black Panther card, etc. Does that hurt extra? Does that cut deeper?
Nah,
because do you get what I'm saying?
I understood
because
that.
you come on like a brotherhood style. Do you know what
So
I mean?
I'm
You
reading
feel like the family. But
So here's the joke here. Before I signed, in my last year of Cambridge, I told you I graduated. 5 weeks later, I signed. One of the last papers that I did in Cambridge was about the media. It was about the music industry and all of these things. So I'd studied a lot about it, and nothing. I wouldn't say anything really surprised me. And also, I've been watching these characters for about a year now. So I knew that people are funny. I knew that much.
how soon after did you find out the deal was not the deal that was
No,
presented to you?
I knew before I signed.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So
I
did you question
understood.
him and said, hold on, brother, you told me it's not a 360. Paragraph 7, line 2
Yeah.
says 360.
Yeah,
Did you not question?
I
Or was
mean,
it too late?
I just understood. I understood what I was signing up for.
Yeah, but there's
I needed
understanding,
a bit more.
but there's sorry to interrupt, there's understanding and then there's also, hold on, the man is coming to me as a certain character, and a certain character would be transparent and say, this is what it is. This person's not doing that.
So there's a time comes for that. Like I'm gonna get to that
we're
part
gonna
of the
get there.
story.
Okay.
But in the early days, I couldn't really say there weren't need for that because he didn't come up to me and say, I'm not gonna give you a 360 deal. It's that the talk was like, my manager might have said, nah, them lot aren't gonna do 360. Someone would have said it. And then I'll read the contract and be like,
Have you got a manager at this time?
yeah.
Okay.
Zion is manager, man.
He's managing you, like proper manager.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zion's eating as well. We love that. We love that.
Yeah.
All
Zion
right.
was on the come up.
Come on. Okay. So you signed to Ireland.
I signed
Happy.
to Ireland. Yeah.
Now, I like cars a lot. I've got the same love for my cars that my father's got.
Come on.
And most of these cars are second hand, been around for a minute.
Second
hand. Yo, is Cat D the first single?
Nah.
Oh, it's not?
Nah.
Okay, so what was the first single?
I think it was a tune called 1212.
So I just spat them 4 bars for nothing there.
Nah, but that was the one. That was the one.
Yes. Okay, the first single comes out. Is there a video to the first single?
There's a video, but it's all a mess by that point.
Why is it a
By
mess?
the time you heard Cat D, it's a mess. I'm 1 foot out, blood. I've
Right,
already
why?
calculated. So I signed Ireland, yeah. I kind of had something in the tuck, bro. I had a whole project done.
What, ready to present?
Yeah.
Right.
So within a few months, I present it. The project's bad. It's called The Chicken and the Egg.
Yeah.
It's bad. Yeah.
Maverick Saber's on there, I believe. Is Maverick Saber on
Maverick ain't on that. But yeah, me and Maverick were working in times there.
So you present the chicken and the egg.
I present The Chicken and the Egg. Now, this, brother, I can't even... I hate explaining it because...
Sorry, but I'm
No.
aware of this
Not
story.
Not because of you.
Okay, cool.
But it's been 10 years and I still don't even have the words for how far ahead I was. Like, my brethren phoned me up and he was talking to me about it this morning.
Yeah.
Basically, I tell a whole story in about 7 tunes, and it's about how a fuckery relationship ends up in a problematic family, yeah? Bad relationship, bad family system. It's R&B though. Like, the way I break it, it's poetry, but the way I make it musical, no one expected the angle I came with. It was like, I definitely took, I just took bare elements from bare different like pockets of R&B. I produced it a certain way, innit? Now, I know that this is gonna slap for the demographic I'm targeting. Again, no one expects the angle
What
I'm
is the
coming
demographic you're targeting?
with.
Yeah.
I
Wages.
I know in my spirit, blood.
Yeah.
I know that.
Is R&B alive at this point? Because R&B was
it's
like,
not.
okay.
It's not like, it wasn't as bad as it is
wasn't
now.
no Darnell Jones popping, you know what I'm saying?
It weren't them times then.
Okay.
But because everyone's known me as a poet, I'm kind of militant, I'm kind of conscious, I'm on this black, come to organize the hood. No one's expecting me to just come like with the,
with the shaft look. Get me?
You get me with the Joe.
Yeah.
And it was good. Anyway, the label didn't understand it, but they weren't telling me that. They just kept telling me they were about to drop it. And behind
they
the
were
scenes.
kind of shelving you.
Yeah, they were shelving, man. And they were having conversation between, like, to my manager, like, you need to get him on this page, or say between the president and the A&R.
But they weren't telling you.
They weren't telling, man. And I'm like, hear what I'm saying? I'm not, again, like I told you, I studied the thing before I entered it. I had a whole strategy. I was going to say to them, look, because this is about pregnancy and like, really it was about teen pregnancy.
Yeah.
I want to link up with mother and baby shelters and what are they called? Public services that support young parents and, you know, people in bad situations, social services. Link up with them, debut this product in all of them shelters around the country, and have a little push, tour like unis and go to colleges and stuff. And I had a background in this as well. I did a little bit of work in like community campaigning around sexual health and these things. So I'm saying, if you jump on that, if you use that like lane, no one's gonna expect it. Everyone, a whole generation's gonna be talking about us. We get right in with the schools. They can't refuse, man, because my branding is strong. Like, I'm fresh out of Cambridge, but I'm a poet. I got this new, and differently, the music is different. Like, I couldn't, you lot as a label, you might not understand it. I was clocking the people around me weren't reacting like how they should have reacted.
Are you not speaking to Darkus at this time?
Yeah, I'm saying it's the Darkus,
So you are saying it, okay.
I'm saying it's the Darkus.
So like he's still readily available.
The A&Rs, the marketing, my manager. I'm saying to everyone.
And what are they saying to your face?
I'm like, right, that's a great idea.
And then, we love it, mate. Crack on. And then the door closed. They're like, yo, we want 100 bands back, brother. This brother gone cuckoo. It's chicken and the egg, but he's gone cuckoo, man. But to play devil's advocate, if I was a mainstream label like that, I would see that as perhaps it's too small fry. Does that make sense? Because you're hitting the communities and all. I get it, but they've got marketing budget, bro. So I presume they would want you to be more out there, skip those hurdles.
So here's
maybe.
the thing.
Do you get what I'm
saying? I
saying?
talk about this in the book. I used to think, track record.
Come on.
Me, music,
Yeah.
war on blackness.
Right, come on.
I used to think that, I used to think these things. I used to think, oh, maybe they don't understand the model. I don't believe they didn't understand. I just believe that the music industry is political and there's certain things that they won't allow a black man to do. It's that simple. You know this, being a brown man in the situation, going to America, they tell you certain things about your accent. There's just certain rules that can't get broken. Now, in terms of what I was presenting, bro, number one, it turned out to be better. The idea that I had turned out to be better than anything that they presented. Because why? They didn't have no plan for man. So you're saying, oh, could it be that like what I was saying was small fry? If that was the case, why didn't they just activate and just put man, you know, where I should have been?
Sorry to interrupt. Who are the other artists on Island at the time? Just so I can, in my head,
Jessie J.
look at it from, okay, Jessie J, who else? Because I'm just trying to think from like a Darkus point of view, what artists are doing bits. Because then it might inject more time and energy into said artists.
Island weren't in a good place them times.
Okay, there wasn't. Okay.
Yeah, they were struggling a bit now that I think about it. Which is why I'm presenting strategies that are low cost, and there's a, what do they call it? I didn't go to business school, but you know when there's like a ready-made infrastructure, like I'm saying, jump on these provisions. I'm just from that world. I had a job working with councils and service providers and these things, yeah?
Could you understand when you go to a label like that and they've got people like that, it's like you're challenging their ego to say, listen, I know how this is gonna run. And when you got man doing it for X, Y, Z, they'd be like, brother, we just signed you, yeah? I'm gonna tell you how this is gonna run.
So I used to think
Do you
that
understand
as well.
what I'm saying?
I used to think that as well, but again, no one did nothing.
Right.
It would be different if they were putting me into a different path. If I saw that activity as well, I wouldn't have had to be like this. You know, I wouldn't have had to sit in my car thinking, how do I get this thing cracking? Because it would have been popping, innit?
So how long are you waiting for then?
10 months.
10 months.
10 months is a long time.
It is when you're
when the product's ready.
clucking to go. Sorry to use the... but it is though, you're raring to go with it.
And no one said there's a problem.
Right.
So wagwan.
But if they're telling your manager he should try this and that, is your manager not relaying this to
He's
you?
not telling me this at the time.
Okay. Why?
Yeah.
Why is he not doing that? He's your manager.
I think he was young. Now that I think about it, and
Okay.
he had his
depth a bit maybe.
he had his
His
plan.
own plan. His own
Yeah.
plan.
So I think he was trying to figure out how to like I'm hard-headed, innit? So now you got this hard-headed artist.
That's not listening, not taking direction.
But no one's giving me direction. What am I not listening to?
In hindsight, did you need a manager?
Yeah, I think artists generally need a manager.
Did you need a manager? I'm talking about artists at that junction in your life.
Yeah, long story short, yeah.
Okay.
But
I had to ask.
what I didn't need was the music industry. That was the problem.
So you
now,
think you could've just
no
done it alone?
disrespect to anyone. I don't want to make it seem
No,
like
but this is your truth and your story, so.
yeah. But again, I told you my brethren phoned me up and he was talking about chicken and egg earlier. It was one of the producers on the project that phoned me. What he was explaining to me was that I told him this plan at the time. I was like, yo, I want to go to the baby mum units and whatever. And he was saying he had no idea how far ahead I was thinking. And now that he is a bit more experienced in the professional world, he can see that there were all these other opportunities beyond what the music industry was comfortable with. And if they did link up with the people that I was saying to link up with, we would have had we would have had a run. Like I told you, they didn't provide anything alternative. They were telling me that everything's gravy. I don't understand that behavior. Like, if you don't like what I'm on, just tell me, blood. Like, we're trying to get this money
Did you
together.
not want to go up to them at like month 8 and say, listen, it's been 8 months.
So it got there. Remember, you were asking earlier, like, about,
right.
confrontation.
So
I
the,
got a mad
So
confrontation.
the Stonebridge come out.
I don't even want to say that. Like, I don't want to...
It came out, innit? What did you do? Did man do an Ice Cube, fam?
No, things changed, blood. My energy definitely changed.
Okay. So you're getting frustrated, it's not coming out.
Yeah.
Right? Is there like a head-to-head where you just a breaking point of like...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Can you kind of take me there, please?
Like I said, I wanted to hit up the mother and baby units, but I wanted to hit up colleges and unis. So I told my manager, yo, when we release this, we got to tour it with the colleges and that. He's telling me, yeah, everything's cool. We were a couple of days away from like launching, and I found out he hadn't done nothing. There was no plan. Sorry, not even to talk old business. It's not really my style, but yeah. Nothing was in place, innit?
Right,
And
okay.
I was wilding
So you
out.
find out that it's all
Colin.
What, Batsa?
Yeah.
We met very years ago, but not properly.
Right,
Like, we did meet. Like,
I remember him walking past the office, and I was thinking to myself, I need to hold it down. My voice is getting too loud,
right.
and I don't want him to like have it in his mind that I saw George wilding out.
Yeah.
The story's gonna get around, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Big up Colin though. He's doing mad things, you know.
We got Colin. I saw him the other day.
Yeah.
He's outside, but I couldn't. I was just them times there. It's been you've wasted a year of my life. I could have gone anywhere, and I'm here. Not to be arrogant.
Just being lied to. There's no project, but I don't understand what they thought how he's gonna get away with that on like launch day. Man sitting there like, yo, midnight, yo,
Right.
jumpers.
And these are the little things that used to irritate me about the industry.
little. That's
like,
massive, bro.
People will just like let a shit situation fester, like, and not address it. And the way we grew up, you have to address things. So I didn't understand all of this. And who am I anyway that man are ducking and not trying to talk? Like, I'm not a bully. I'm not a gangster. Like, I'm just, if we shook hands and we looked each other in the eye, then I'm expecting certain behavior. I'm expecting follow through. And I think that made people uncomfortable because people like to violate artists and dance around things and never address things. And, Mark, remember me from them times there. It put me in a quite aggy place.
Well, I can imagine. So, do you have a head-to-head with Darkus about this?
Eventually, yeah.
What happens?
I just tell him, blood, I need to cut.
But what's his reasoning for the delay and the no movement?
All right.
Surely you'd be like, bro, what happened?
Yeah,
You told me this.
You know what? To his credit, so there's 2 stages. First, the chicken and egg, my EP comes out and it gets ratings. I get a BET nomination. I get a MTV nomination, BBC, Brit Award nomination, blood.
Yeah.
Almost a Mercury.
Yo, I didn't know that, bro.
Respect.
Almost a Mercury, yeah?
Almost a Mercury,
I
but
apologize,
because-
I don't know. That's amazing, bro.
Respect. But
Can I just talk about the
because we
art?
had to class it as an EP, it didn't qualify for a Mercury.
Why do you have to class just the track listing?
Just to get the shit out, I had to class it as an EP.
Why?
Because the label were moving mad, and I had to just do bare negotiations.
The difference between an EP and an album is what? And the number of tracks.
Well, with a Mercury Award, it's only awarded to albums. Like, my thing was obviously an album because it's too long to be an EP.
Yeah.
It was like 8-9 tracks, and the runtime was like 40 minutes.
Can I talk about the cover of that real quickly?
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
What, the cover of the EP?
Chicken and the egg.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. It's just Talk to me about it. It just seems a bit basic drawing on the front.
Yeah.
I would be expecting something a bit more.
Yeah.
Especially from now that I know it's come from label.
Now that's literally the level that it got to.
Right. Okay.
Imagine
that explains a lot.
I drew that as a
on
reference.
A napkin.
Yeah. On my bed, I just drew it as a reference to say, yo, hand this to a graphic designer.
Wow. Okay.
Weeks, months passing, no movement, nothing. So by that point, I'm just like, put the brass clock tape out, man.
Man slammed the dead, bro. Relax, bro. I'm not him, Okay.
Oh shit.
Because I was watching it the other day and I was like, hold on, this artwork's very
basic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brother.
I thought it was all part of the whole package, but I thought, hold on, but I know how this brother splits. Is there some psychological reasoning? Do you know what I'm expecting that? But,
yeah.
Okay, it was a rush job.
So imagine, that's after 10 months, bro.
Yeah, that's mad.
You get it, and that's
a major label, bro. I know man on road doing bits
understand?
in 2 weeks, bro.
So you're asking me,
I'm in Walthamstow. I see like Jammer, Bizzle, Max.
Come on, man.
All of
You're
them.
here, yeah. Furthermore,
Warfire, doing this.
Getting it cracking.
Yeah.
So,
CD machines and that, printers and that. You get me printing on that. Yeah.
So like, well, I was just.
Sorry, I've like thrown it off. The
artwork, release. Anyway, after the release, Darkus just comes clean and he's like, listen, man, I apologize. I'll give him ratings for this. He said, I apologize. It was me. I weren't feeling it. I didn't know what you was trying to do.
This is after you get the accolades.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
He's like, I apologize. I just didn't see the vision. And, I hear it. And that's at the end of the year. So he's like, so moving forward, I follow your lead.
Do they still promote it? They still promote it?
No, they don't promote it.
But then how does it get this recognition?
So remember you were saying like, maybe my thing was too small fry. What I was planning was too small fry. Brother, they didn't do nothing. You've seen the album cover. They didn't put no marketing dollars behind it. There was no uni
But
tour.
when it gets to MTV and you're getting these accolades, is that just natural? That's
that's off the strength.
That's mad.
That's off the strength.
Man.
Straight from the
Street general in the back say, listen.
Come on.
From the streets.
That's mad. Okay, and then Cat D is what then? What?
All right,
talk to me,
so Cat D now, yeah. Me and Mark have a brethren. He used to say to me, yo, you need something that man can bump in the whip. Just a little, something not too deep, not too experimental, just a vibe.
Sorry, how far after Chicken and Egg is Cat D?
So Chicken and the Egg, yeah, I've wrapped it up by early 2014. Cat D, I make it mid 2014, where by this point I don't even know there's a problem. The label keeps telling me, yeah, later, summer, I'm like, all right, cool. Let me see that plan though. In the meantime, let me just record a little something, just have follow-up tunes. Cat D, I link up with these producers, big up SOS, Mikey and Mo, and it was a thing where I was trying to go off my brethren's advice. I just want something that everyone can just play in their whip, little vibe, let people know that I can also be like, I could just give you a vibe and I could just spit a little bit. So it just ended up being that. I made that tune quite quick, about a couple hours. And after Chicken and the Egg, accolades come out, Darkus said to man, remember,
what you got
I'm
next?
going to follow your lead, innit?
I'm ready now.
I'm like, all right, go time, let's do Cat D.
You give him Cat D.
Yeah.
Can I just talk about the writing process of that? There's so many quotables in there.
Respect.
I've fully fucking rate that song, bro.
Respect, bro.
Yeah, there's bars upon bars. It's flooded with quotables. You can write a dissertation on the motherfucker, bro. Yeah, just on different levels, bro. Is that like Did you write that naturally? Like, is that?
Naturally, blood. Naturally,
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. I knew when I came in the industry that people didn't know my musical background. I've been writing bars for years by this point. People know me as a poet. They don't really know it to be musical. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, when I get in this space, I'm gonna show them, like I said, the Dave thing. I'm just gonna flood them with work, and it's gonna be better than what they're used to. But it's the industry that made me think.
Okay, so you present Cat D, says I love it, we're gonna do a video.
Yeah.
Was the video your idea or label's idea?
What?
Again, visually
the concept
great.
of the video.
Yeah.
I think it was the director's idea, Matt Walker.
Okay, because you appear very hands-on.
Yeah.
And
But
very
it
firm in your
was my
direction.
concept and stuff, like the whole Cat D, you know, that whole concept of the tune. At the end of the day, I was invested in it. I remember everything I'm doing is to like build a connection with an audience where I can just be plugging you lot with information.
But by this time, you're saying you're already 1 foot out the door.
Yeah. After he said, I'll follow your lead, I was thinking, okay, let me see how it goes. But anyone in my life would tell you I didn't have faith in the system by then.
The vase is cracked.
Yeah, you can't fix it.
Done.
So I wanted to see how it went. They're saying like I got a lot of clout because of things. I get booked for every festival under the sun next summer.
Just off the back of Cat D.
I think it was a lot of things. It was the chicken and the egg,
Okay.
definitely.
Yeah.
That got me a lot of respect. Cat D also got me a lot of respect. But I had a book out as well. I put out a little poetry collection.
Right.
Cat D, a man told me a story about Cat D last week. You might know Uche, he was in One Extra at the time. But he, not even just One Extra, he said that when BBC Radio got Cat D, they had a little talk in the office like, we can't play. They told my radio plugger, we can't play this. This doesn't
Who
match.
was the plugger? Iron or Matchstick? Because there's only 2. No,
Yeah, no, it wasn't Iron, but
Okay,
I had Iron
yeah,
at
big
one
up.
point.
Yeah.
Charlie, her name
Okay.
was Charlie Byrne.
Yeah, go on.
And what's it called?
Sorry, they said they couldn't play
They
it.
said we can't play this. This don't match anything that we got going on. But I think they had debuted it or something, and from the strength of the feedback that they
response
got
was
from the audience, they had to put it back, and then they playlisted it, and then they moved it up from B to A, and so again, like you're saying,
People power.
street product. You
It's
get it?
undeniable. Okay, so
100%.
you're booked for festivals, but in your mind, you're leaving the label.
I want to see how it goes.
And then how that does it go?
Just more fuckeries, man.
Why?
More missed opportunities. More people not doing their job.
What
more
do you mean?
lies.
It's out. It seems to be doing its thing. The video looks nice and polished.
Yeah.
Man's in his yellow. You get me?
Yeah.
The visually, there's metaphors in the visual as well.
Yeah.
I think that was actually a polished product.
Yeah, that was good. And if we could have continued like that, it would have been gravy.
So
But-
what's lacking then?
Human error.
Just people.
Human
man.
error?
Yeah.
As in what? Promotion, marketing. The next
so
song.
Cat D went cool. The next song also went cool.
What was the
And
next song? Sorry.
The next song was Search Party. That was
Right.
different. It was like acoustic, and it was very like, it was kind of political, and it was like words. I switched it up a little bit, but at the time I was just trying to show people, listen, man, I'm versatile. Like this can go a lot of different ways, and people were cool. Now, festivals come around, and there's just there's messiness behind the scenes that ain't got nothing to do with me.
What like festivals?
What festivals?
Yeah.
Blood, everything. Glastonbury, fucking Festival,
That's the best.
Reading and Leeds.
Yeah, fully out there.
Just everywhere,
Okay,
bro. I did every
so-
festival that summer.
What is the fuckeries? then?
Wireless. Just messiness, blood. Other people's business that I'm not, I don't really, it's not my
But
style
yeah,
to be talking
okay, cool.
about.
No, I'm just trying to understand how other people's business is affecting you.
Oh, because
That's what-
it's people that's in man's operation.
Okay, I'm still not got. Sorry,
You won't.
I'm not being
You won't.
stupid.
You
But
won't.
what does that have to do? Does someone want to word this better?
Can I interject? Because it's basically George's level of preparation is up here.
Yeah,
And
that's that for visual reference.
And it would seem at that period of time that the people that were there weren't.
They were there.
Yeah, so literally the level wasn't.
Have you got the same manager at this time?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
So what happened here then? It just wasn't for you going forward.
Again, like I think after that
Creative
situation with the
differences.
uni, where the tour
Yeah.
didn't happen, and I got loud. There was no going back after that one.
Do you do these festivals, Glastonbury and all that?
Yeah, I did all of them.
And then how were they for you?
Sick, bro. Like
Okay.
people that didn't even know me were I got a lot of
Because
followers.
that's what I'm
off
saying.
that.
Is like you're talking from a point of I'm leaving that label, but was there good times in there? Because you're painting a picture of bad times.
Yeah. So I shout them out. I'm like, listen, man, we achieved a lot. Anytime someone asks me about my label experience, I'm like, we definitely did bits. It was a shame though. Like, I don't know, you might have heard Ray's story.
I have not heard a story, no.
Oh yeah. She was she got signed around the same time, and just what happens with most artists. You've been in the industry. They run you down, bro. Like they wear you down. All of the getting messed around. It just overshadows the good bits. So
Are you making money away from the
And that's
signing
another
fee?
thing. My money slowed up. I was making money more consistently before that because they now have like it's a 360 deal, so they're in on my
the
thing,
whole pie.
and they
Glastonbury pie.
they're deciding like whether or not I'm gonna go and get that other bread. Like I used to do a lot of corporate stuff before them. You couldn't put man in a box, but because they wanted to contain it, and they weren't good at.
So they're telling
managing
you the
it.
shows that you're allowed to do.
Yeah.
So you don't have no choice.
No, so that's another big motivation why by the end of that year I knew if this ain't everything that my man said it's about to be, I'm gone. I don't. You're slowing up my money.
So there's you don't have no control over George the Poet. George has no control over George
You know
the
what?
Poet.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I remember feeling like that,
Okay.
which is something I could never allow again. Which is why, like, by the time I left, it was a no-brainer.
It was an easy choice.
Yeah, come on, man.
How easy is it to leave the label because you just got a 5-album deal?
Yeah, so I sat Darkus down. I was like, bro, I think we've got different ideas of success. And again, to his credit, he was a man about it. He was like, yeah, listen, I hear it. You get me? I respect it. I'm not going to make it difficult. Happy to just draw a line under it.
Okay.
Not the first conversation. The first time
The first
he
one was like, you ain't getting nowhere, motherfucker.
first-
You got a show to do. I'm going to see you on stage at 7 o'clock. Give me my motherfucking money.
I wish a motherfucker would. Shit.
Yeah, come on.
Um,
But no,
the first time he was
third
like,
and
all right,
fourth conversation.
pause. I've heard what you're saying. Let me go away and think about it. Let me see if I can move certain things around. We linked up for a follow-up meeting, and I was like, yeah, bro, I'm not gonna lie. This is weeks later now. I'm like, respectfully, I'm done. And he was like, okay, I respect it. Walked away.
walk
Got
away,
free.
amicable,
Yeah.
free agent.
Yeah.
What was that feeling like? Breath of fresh air, weight off your shoulders, or
Yeah, big
a
weight
bit
off my
of
shoulders.
unknown of what am I going to do?
Weight off my shoulders. A bit of an unknown, but look, them times that I started working with Prince Harry, I got...
No, you can't casually just, you get me? Okay,
yeah,
why
I
was
know,
you
it's
working with Prince Harry, bro?
So much happened. I was working with Prince Harry. He saw me at a show. Then we
What
saw each
show
other.
does Prince Harry go to where George the Poet's on stage?
So remember I
FYI.
told you I used to do corporate. Do corporate jobs. One of the jobs that I did
Was Windsor Castle? No.
was a charity that his dad owned.
Right.
That
Prince's Trust.
No, it was different from Prince's Trust.
Right.
Called Business in the Community, and they have a award show every year, Responsible Business Awards. That show used to be my plug. They would commission me to do a poem about the theme of the award show.
Okay.
And there'd be bare corporates there, bare businesses.
Yeah.
Blood. Sky, Formula One hit me up off the back of that.
For what?
I did poetry for Formula One, G. This is before I'm signed. This is why I already know, like.
Oh,
if this
you
ain't
not
working-
signed these times.
Before that, blood.
This is before, and the 360 you gave him a bit of that. You gave him a chunk of Prince Harry.
No, but the Prince Harry
You
came
gave him
after.
you gave him a chunk of Lewis Hamilton.
Nah, that's what you would have done,
What?
blood. Man, they could've catch me.
Trying to
I
bar it.
was out of it, blood.
Shield, deflection.
Nah, G.
No, I'm joking.
Nah,
Okay, go
yeah.
on. The Prince Harry thing, right? Okay, so you're at this show. They
He
commissioned you to
seen
do
me,
a poem.
and the first time he saw me perform, he was like, "Yo, one day we're gonna work together."
He said, "Yo."
He didn't even say, "Yo."
Think it
but
would-
imagine his brother said to
This
me.
is pre-Meghan, you know.
It's true, actually.
Yeah, no,
his
go
brother
on.
said to me that I'm like, I remind him of Andre 3000.
His brother said that.
Yeah, William said, I remind him of Andre 3000. I was like, that's a good shout, you know. No one said that to man, but
No, but I
Like,
could see that
I
with the
see it.
work there.
I see it. So Yeah, I think them two had a certain respect for me.
Hold on. Let's see. So Prince Harry said that his brother, the future king, reminded you. Sorry, it does when it gets in. Prince Harry said his brother, the future king.
Nah, William said it to me. I saw two of them together.
Oh, William said it. So the future king said to you that you remind him of Andre 3000.
True.
That's actually amazing because you know how much props Andre 3000 gets.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That meant a lot still.
Yeah. Okay. And then the future king tells you you remind him of Andre 3000. Okay. How did you take that, by the way?
Yeah, no, I rated it. I was like, okay, so you mean it, because that's a real reference. Like, not everyone would clock that.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I started working with Prince Harry. He asked me to be ambassador for one of his charities. I do a poem for the Rugby World Cup that year. Like, this is all after leaving the label, and then I get a deal with a bank, you know, like to be the face of one of their programs. So how is this coming to you? It's just coming to you directly, like all these people. Yeah, they're coming direct. Like I said, I think I had a good reputation. I had a good brand. People knew that my thing was separate.
And then the Formula One thing, how did that come?
Yeah, again, like they just saw me. Like they saw me at the Business in the Community Awards, and
I need to get in on this awards, brother.
Yeah,
What award is this, bro?
That was the plug. So it's the award that all of these corporations go to say that, you know, we're doing ethical business.
Yeah.
And I'm just young. I'm just like, they've asked me to do a poem. I'll do a little poem. They've never seen a black man talking the things that I'm talking in the way that I can. Going back to all the stuff I was doing in grime, why I wanted to be different, because, you know, you end up with your own lane, and it's a respectable lane. It's not like I'm not known for just showing my ass. I'm known for intellectualism.
So when you look back at that point in your life, what are the main highlights? I know you just named
job-wise.
No, just like things you've seen or places you've been in.
Yeah, definitely going to Monaco and doing the Formula One, doing a little poem for the Grand Prix, the Monaco Grand Prix.
What was that, on the stage or something?
No, that was on the track, like just before. They were getting their cars ready, and they flew me out. They asked me to write a poem about the Monaco Grand Prix, the history of it, the politics today. Not Verstappen, who was it at the time?
Schumacher?
No, it was after Schumacher. It was Lewis versus...
I don't know, brother.
Max Webber. Just anyway, like...
Yeah.
You know, I'm writing about the actual race.
And you're on the flipping grid.
I'm on the grid, blood.
How can they hear you, bro? Because that's a lot of RPM, brother.
I think no. This is before anything. This is before any of the.
Is this a video segment that they're filming?
Nah, this is like, so you know they take about a week to transport everything.
Right.
So this is like the day before when the things are arriving. This is not race day. This is not like, there's no one in the stands. There's no engines on, but
so it's a pre-record.
Yeah, so it's not live with the race. It's about the race, but you know, like a little segment that
it's a video segment. Yeah. On the show, like on the show. Yeah. That's amazing, bro.
Before the race, they played it. But it was a big look, man.
Yeah.
So that's definitely like a career highlight.
You know when you get invited to Monaco, how does the rider look, fam? You get me? Because I know certain man wants certain things in here.
Yeah, no, everything's patterned, man.
Yeah. Okay, so Monaco, Princes.
Yeah, the Princes.
Anything else that stands out to you, like people you've met or?
Me, the highlight, I know this, like people never believe me when I say this, but the highlight is always real people, day-to-day people that come up and say. So I remember someone from that time saying that he just came out of, I can't remember what jail he said he was in, but he was in a CAT, and he heard Cat D, and for some reason it just
resonated.
Yeah, like, so like he was just saying he'd been following me from then. By then it had been about a year, and when the chicken and the egg dropped, I got hella messages like that. A lot of people that were in mad situations were hitting me about the project. So I remember that more than anything. I remember taking the man them on tour as well.
Did Marc go?
Yeah, Marc went. I remember Marc had one of his birthdays on the thing. Yeah, it was pattern, man. I remember that. I remember the people more than anything.
And then, can I move to kind of like MBE, when is that offered to you?
Yeah. That's
Is that
like,
offered at the same time? Is this?
Nah, that's about 3 years later.
That's about 3 years later.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm
can we
doing
just
my
fill
little
in?
thing.
Can we fill in the void of these 3 years because you're not signed? You're just doing
Yeah.
your thing.
Yeah.
Is this a similar type of circuits? You're doing spoken word poetry.
Yeah, I did my own tour. I did an independent tour. I went to Uganda. I did my first independent music video. Long story short, I'm trying to figure it out. I still feel like music's part of the plan. But I start turning away from music. I start looking at TV. I have a few conversations in the TV world and I don't really like the setup. They're trying to tell me that
What do you mean conversations behind closed doors or in front of the camera?
behind closed doors, like meetings and stuff,
About what you
getting a show commissioned.
a show?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want my own show.
Doing what?
Yeah, so there was the fiction thing. So like I make a drama series about a certain chunk of my life and all the things that I saw. And that was, that was looking good. I linked up with a production company. We had a few networks saying that they were interested, but they wouldn't let me be a producer on the project, which...
Do you have a manager now at this point? Or this is just all
Yeah,
you?
I have a manager.
But you're way more hands-on.
Yeah, come on,
Yeah.
I learned my
I
lesson.
want to make you sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a TV show in the works.
Yeah,
Potential.
potentially. But again, like, because I just feel like the setup was the same as the music industry, they wanted to little boy me basically and say, you can't have control of the budget, you can't be a producer, you can't be a decision maker, you can't be an exec on your own project. I'm saying, I'm sorry, that can't run. So I moved away from that, but I was thinking, I need something that's like TV. I need a series. I need something that lets me flex my imagination a bit more. I need something that just sets me apart from other people. Long story short, that eventually became my podcast. The podcast, I started making it independently about 2018. And
Early doors with it.
Yeah.
Before the saturation.
Before the saturation.
Yeah.
It's quiet. It's quiet at first for about just under a year. But then it shot, blood. It just shot. The thing shot.
Yeah.
All the awards, all the deals, and that's when the MBE nomination came in.
Right. Okay. So what awards are you winning for your podcast?
Blood.
Because
British Podcast
because I'm
Awards.
looking some of them,
Yeah.
We're out here, you get
could
me?
do that, blood.
Yeah. Good.
British Podcast Awards.
Yeah.
Enemy Awards.
Yeah.
A Peabody Award. That's
What kind of topics are you covering? Just general, or is it?
Yeah. So
Is it you and a guest, or just you?
nah, bro. It's
Talk to me.
Interactive podcast. It's interactive. It's seminal. It's something that had never been done before.
Right, explain that.
it's
to me.
like an album. Yeah. So I was thinking to myself, I need a series. I need something that lets me flex my talent, and I need something that when it drops, the people want the next. They want a reload. They want the next episode.
This doesn't sound like a podcast to me. I don't know
Exactly.
necessarily the word I would use.
So there's no word for it. That's why he said it's not been done before.
Like a
So it's like a TV. Remember,
audio series.
yeah, it's an audio. That's what I tell people.
Yeah.
So I've come away from the TV world,
But
but I
I'm-
still want. Like, remember they tried to little boy me and say that I can't be a producer because I ain't got no
The
experience.
producer
yeah.
and shit. Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, then I'm gonna let you know what you motherfuckers
So are you
missed
there
out on.
reading the story or whatever it is you're saying?
It's not visual.
It's not visual.
No, it's all in
so
your
audio,
ears.
right? Okay. So okay, fantastic.
It's
Yeah,
all
so
in your ears. It's like a movie in your ears.
Yeah.
But it all rhymes. It's all music. I'm talking about everything, bro. I'm talking about the community, the roads, the rap scene, the Uganda, politics, everything.
How many-
but I'm just making it
How many
wavy.
episodes?
Right now, there's about 40 episodes.
Okay.
But the point I'm telling you, there was only about 8.
Okay. And then you start winning awards.
Hell of awards, bro.
That's a hell of awards. The cabinet's looking healthy, bro.
Yeah.
And then money-wise, are you making a lot at this point, or are you just getting by?
Yeah, I'm kind of making bread still. I'm making a lot of money off of adverts. Like, they, loving the kid. I get a lot of big advert looks, kind of adverts that you see at the start of a movie. You know the ones that you go
Oh,
cinema.
okay. Yeah.
I was doing.
How are you getting that through agent, or you just?
Nah, just off the strength.
What, they just come off the strength, Nah, allow the coolness, brother. Allow the coolness. You're killing me. You're killing me with it, bro.
What
You're
can I
dripping
say,
it.
man? Nigga?
Okay, cool. So you're getting The money's coming in now, yeah?
Yeah.
How is it back home? Parents cool, obviously.
Everyone's good.
Everything looks like a great success. Brothers and sisters all good.
Everyone's good.
Yeah. Okay, so then I was trying to move to somewhere. It's for our MBE, that's it. So then the MBE then gets...
Yeah.
So how does that work? They just offer it to you?
Yeah, they sent me a letter. Someone said to me, yo, if you were offered an MBE, would you turn it down? And I was like, nah, I think I said no or something.
Yeah.
And...
What, as in just a general chit-chat?
Yeah.
And then it comes to your door?
And then it actually came.
And what is it? Just a letter saying...
It's a letter saying you've been nominated for MBE.
Nominated.
Do you accept, basically?
Okay.
And then I had to be like, nah.
You said no?
I said no still.
Wow. Okay. Why did you say no?
Because I'm hard-headed.
We know that.
And I feel like the British Empire violated my people, your people. You want to know the British done to Pakistan? Brother, like, where are you from, bro?
Hungary.
From Hungary, okay. I don't know what the history is there, but
right. So
Britain, every country that Britain came to, Britain ended up leaving with all the advantages from the relationship, and the country ended up in a junior position or a completely backwards position. So I think people don't understand that, and I recently did an interview where I was explaining that people like me are used to whitewash the reputation of the British Empire. If George the poet is cool with Britain, then maybe the empire was a good thing. No, the empire for the most part was not consensual, and it was not like mutually beneficial. It was an extractive relationship, and a lot of British people are in denial about that. So we got to get that straight.
How quick was it for you to reach the conclusion that you're going to turn this MBE down?
Took about a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you converse with your parents or anything?
I might have given my mum a heads up.
I'm not going to lie. If I got offered the MBE, my first thought would be, I would love to take my mum and dad here just to show them.
Yeah, and that's part of the colonization. That's part of the mental colonization that we've got to get past.
Okay, because I would think, Mum, Dad, you came here with nothing.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you what your Pakistani village representative has done. I'm taking you to see who higher.
Now, when you look at it on an individual basis, that's a perfect story, end of.
Job done, yeah.
But when you look at it in a historical, remember, I've been studying this stuff since school now. So do I understand or do I not understand? Like, what conclusion have I reached out of everything that I've learned? Yeah? All these years that I've spent going back to Africa, learning the politics and the dynamics and its position in the world, what have I really learned? And me being someone that actually studied this, I had learned that Britain's position in the world was largely from that relationship that I described, where they had all the benefits and they drew those benefits out of the countries that we come from. Now, if me as an individual now wants to go and call myself a member of the British Empire, not even a leader of the British Empire, a member, and that is how they're recognizing my talent, then I'm signing up to be a prick. You understand? I'm signing up to be under them when I'm not under them. I don't rate them like that anyway.
But when you're describing the situation, a lot of it is past tense, what the British did. It's not necessarily...
And at what point did it get rectified? What state is Pakistan in now? You happy with the condition of Pakistan?
No.
I'm not happy with the condition of Uganda.
Free up Imran Khan.
Free up Imran Khan. That's not a joke.
I'm telling you, I've interviewed him. I've been to his house. Yeah, he's been on the show.
Of course you have.
No, he has been on the show.
Of course you have.
Free up Imran Khan.
Free up
straight.
Imran Khan.
Yeah, I completely understand that. I'm obviously got to ask the questions. It's like, maybe if you accepted that award, you could say, right, hold on, that was the Britain then. Let me try and change the Britain.
So that's the narrative. And you lot that did that, let me know how it's going. You know, let me know what you've done for your people.
Who did that?
Yeah, bare people did it, and it's not really personal. I know people. The Shade Bar posted this a couple of weeks ago when I said it in an interview, and they had a list of other people that did it. You know, try and make it seem like I'm indirecting people in particular. No, I'm talking about the system of empire. We still have it today. It didn't go away. They still control the trade dynamics. They still control migration norms. They still get to decide what wars are legal, what wars are illegal, what freedom fighters are terrorists, which freedom fighters are free to commit war crimes. Not even freedom fighters, oppressors and colonizers. So yeah, it's up. Let's be serious.
I get that, but when you're working with Prince Harry, Prince William, yeah, at that point,
Yeah.
maybe like if you collected the MBE, I'd just say maybe that puts you more in a position to be in a room to speak to people.
And would I be the first person to do that? You think people ain't been trying that since
Listen,
the beginning
people have
of
been
time?
trying everything since the beginning of time.
Right.
It doesn't
there's
mean that it's gonna fail on you. You could be the
depends.
guy.
Yeah, and
Don't ask, you don't get, you don't try. That's what I'm
Right.
trying to get at.
And like I said, I'm not just sitting here imagining. I'm here, bro. You know.
I can see you're here. You're here.
Not only have
Brother,
I,
he's
like,
looking at me like he's gonna do me something, brother.
Nah. Remember, by that point I'm 28. I've been a writer for 14 years. I've done 3 years at the best uni. I'm in the music. I'm in the media industry. I see how these things work. I'm working with royals. I've got a radio show in the jailhouse. I'm working with National Prison Radio. I've got a presence at street level in the community. I'm chatting to everyone. Like, my eyes are open, bro. Like, I'm not guessing. I'm not thinking to myself, I'm not trying to figure out what will work. When I signed the deal, it was an experiment. When I started working with Prince Harry, it was an experiment. You know, like when I did the BBC signed my podcast eventually. That these things have all been like me figuring out what I'm gonna do and how it really works. And from what I've learned, the British Empire is alive and kicking.
Do you still work with the royals?
I'm cool with Harry.
Man said I'm cool with like little text and that. Well gone, bro. What does that mean, bro? What does that shit mean, bro?
Yeah, like.
Was you at the wedding?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I did a poem at the wedding. You didn't see?
Shut the fuck up. You're chatting shit.
Hey, man.
Hold on. Okay. See, do you know what I love about this? Is like I don't like research too much because I love a conversation and it's gonna come out anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's no point. Okay, hold on. So how does that work? Do you get a call to say?
Yeah.
From who?
Got a call from the programmers of the.
Okay. Does Harry ever ring
broadcasting.
you? Has he ever rung you and said, bro?
Yeah. Well, he hits man up on
Fuck
the phone.
off. What do you mean he hits you up? He texts you.
Yeah.
Does that not a bit weird?
I've known him for time now. I'm not gonna lie. So it's not. It feels like it's a reminder of how far I've come.
Yeah.
It is, but he's a man. He bleeds like me, innit?
Normal person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you get invited to the wedding to do a piece,
Yeah.
spoken word
Yeah.
about.
Love them getting married.
Okay. And this is after you turned down the MBE.
Nah, this was before. This was
Okay.
like a year before.
Okay, that's interesting. If you had turned down the MBE before that, do you think you would have got the call?
No,
No.
I don't think so.
Okay, cool. So you a piece about love.
But remember, look how things pan out. Going back to the fact I still chat to bro.
Who's bro?
Prince Harry.
Bro.
He's not even Prince anymore, I don't think.
Bro, I need man dealt with. Yeah, come on. Yeah. Okay.
I turned down the MBE in 2019.
And look what he's kind of.
And I remember I sent him a long explanation. I was like, look, don't really know, like, you know, yada yada yada, but here's my reasoning. And then I think the next month he announced that he was leaving the royal family. I'm not saying I caused it. I'm saying we were aligned.
Caused it, you know. Did he like text you back when you told him the reason why?
I don't think he did, but he hit me up on some other stuff later. But I forget, I'll be bad with my texts anyway.
Man, to be bad with my text here, royal family's nothing, you know.
I'm not gonna lie, I left him hanging for like 4 months, so I felt so bad.
What
I
do you
didn't
mean you left him
realise it was
hanging for
him.
4 months?
The first time he hit me up, I didn't know it was him. So.
What do you mean? Who was it then?
No, like I said, I'm bad with my texts. I didn't
What
really
did you say?
see.
Hello, bro, it's Harry here. Hello, mate, it's Harry here.
Big up Harry, man. He's a good
No,
dude.
come on.
Yeah.
So hold on. He hit you up and said, "This is Harry here." Did you say Harry here or Prince? I'm confused.
I can't even remember I can't remember how he explained who it was, but something about it. It was so low key that I didn't know. It didn't catch my eye.
It's just a random text.
Yeah, it seemed random.
Okay, cool. How was the wedding? Good?
It was good.
Enjoy it?
Mm.
Did you get to meet anyone? No.
No, I was actually out. I was out quite quickly. I had to go do something
Well, okay,
remember
what, bro? What did you have to
I
do,
can't
bro?
remember, man.
But
Something,
I
man.
can't remember, bro. Okay, was you allowed a guest, a +1?
Yeah.
Did you take a +1?
Yeah.
Okay, and you just dipped with your +1. Bro, did you not want to just bask in this? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to understand the mindset here.
I can't remember, man. I can't remember.
You got some type of a friendly relationship with the guy. He obviously knows who you are. He hits you up on
If I
private
got
channels.
a dip, it's not for a minor reason. I wouldn't just.
I'll ask you the reason you don't remember, so it must have been.
But we're talking 6 years ago or something.
So? Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Do you still talk to him?
Yeah.
How often?
When it's a kid's birthday, one of his kid's birthday or something.
Any thoughts on their relationship? Because there was a lot of press turmoil about etc. her leading him and etc. Do you have anything to say on that? I don't want to shit stir anything. We can bypass, but I got to ask.
Honestly, I don't have anything to say other than Meghan's always been a great person when I've met her, and it's not even like she'll just do stuff that she didn't even have to do. Like, I remember just before I proposed to my wife, yeah, they had hit me up asking me to be on their show or something. And I think
show?
Podcast.
Okay.
And I think I was just about to propose to her, so I think I said to them that I'm about to propose to my girl, and like they shouted me out and they gave her like some like nice message publicly, and that just obviously you can
What's
imagine
this on the show?
on the show, yeah. And this is before I proposed, so by the time the show comes out, it's just giving me extra points now. I'm looking crazy,
bro. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah. So like, but that's just one example. Every interaction has been quite meaningful. It's had some value behind it, benefit behind it. I see them go out into the world and try and do things. It's not easy figuring out how to impact, how to make an impact when you're like in a system that's kind of crazy. But I think they do a good job. So yeah, I really that's all I would really say.
Come on, we absolutely love that, bro. And you did explain that you're not taking the MBE. So since you kind of turned it down, have you noticed a change in kind of your perception or your press or anything in that kind of negative regard?
No, I think one thing that I realized early on is that you got to control the narrative. So one time I got into it with the police. This was around the same time, unfortunately, as the royal wedding. And I think that kind of changed.
Is this because you dipped early? My God.
Imagine. I think that kind of changed how I felt. Like, that changed my perspective. It probably contributed to me turning down the MBE.
What happened?
I was just chilling outside my parents' yard.
Yeah.
In my car, and you know, on the road I grew up on, and like 2 bully vans pull up out of nowhere. Try to search, man, for weapons. My neighbours come out, they're disrespecting my neighbours, disrespecting my family. Yeah. But what was my point?
And did that change your perception of the whole...
It brought me back down to reality, definitely. I was even saying to someone a few months before that, yo, I ain't had a problem with the fence for time. Maybe things have changed. Maybe I've grown out of that phase. Maybe it was the age I was, or the way I used to dress, or the way I used to move. But so I hadn't had no static with feds for time, and then that happened, and I was like, blood, this is enough black man's reality every single day. So I ain't gonna lie, that changed something.
So what you're saying is if that didn't happen, you may have accepted the MBE. There might be a small percentage of...
Hell no. If that didn't happen, I just would have been a bit more like a lot of celebrities, just a bit disconnected. You know, you forget, like, you get all these blessings and you forget that this just isn't normal. Like, most people ain't going through this. What most people have to deal with is, unfortunately, is a bag of shit.
Are you still in the ends now?
I don't live there, but I'm around. Yeah.
You're around there.
I was there the other day doing some filming.
Yeah, and then just I just wanted to touch on like you making appearances on TV, like Question Time.
True.
Which is amazing to see. How is that for you to now come on kind of platforms and stretch that intellect and be part of a conversation that can really, you know, make a change to audiences?
Yeah, I think it's important that we try and put ourselves in, you know, serious spaces. I think our culture is always looked at as a bit of fun. Imagine my podcast, is serious. Like sometimes I talk about just music and stuff I went through, but especially more recently, I'm talking about like, certain shit.
What
like,
shit are you talking about? Just give us some highlights.
What do you know about France in Africa?
France?
In Africa.
France in Africa?
Yeah.
As in the French that run a lot of shit in there?
Yeah.
I think is it the mines and stuff? There's a lot of
beer stuff.
Yeah.
So I'll get into something like that, for example. Yeah, no, come on.
I'm about. I'm not Cambridge, but I'm there. Yeah, okay. So you get into.
I'll get into that. I'll get into how the CIA destabilized Africa after independence. Like serious shit, B. And
Are you worried about talking about certain topics and in this day and age, freedom of speech is not a thing really. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
That people want to silence you, and with that, are you worried about certain topics?
I have to figure it out.
Yeah.
I have to consider that.
What does that entail then, which you want to talk
Just
about?
weighing it up, like what is worth it? Why do I want to talk about something? What's the risk? Do I have enough knowledge, first of all, to handle what might come? Because if someone wants to smear man and say and misrepresent my argument and make me look like I'm endorsing, I don't know, a pagan or something, am I ready for that? Do I have the intellectual standing to be able to say this is what I'm saying, and I can back down anyone that wants to misrepresent me?
So if I asked you about COVID, would you comment or would you just bypass it?
So this is what I'm saying about like knowing what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I feel knowing what I know about how COVID has panned out, I feel like I would need to, I'd need to know exactly what I'm saying before I say anything. I don't know what to say about COVID.
Yeah, but when you're invited on shows, do you do kind of, because like question time's so like varied, isn't it? A question can come from anywhere, so you don't have that preparation time. So do you think, hold on, maybe going on a show like this is not so wise?
Nah, question time ain't scary to me. It would be more like, this would be scarier than question time.
Why is that?
Because you're not regulated by nothing. Question time has rules.
Yeah.
Do you get it? You could say anything to me
regulated
right now.
by I'm joking. Okay, so they have rules. I understand that.
Yeah,
I understand that. And then, so let's move on to kind of the crux of this is the book. Why did the book come about?
Yeah.
Is this then your second book then? Because you mentioned one earlier.
This is my fourth book,
Your fourth book.
Yeah,
I do apologise.
I've got to skip past bare chunks of the story.
No, go on. Let's talk about the chunks of the story.
Yeah, no, this is my fourth book. Last year I released another book that was really a compilation of other poets, black poets that wrote poems about different parts of black British history that was sick to be part of. It's not just my book, it's all of our book. Before that, I released another book that was like all the words. My podcast is lyrical, innit? Mm-hmm. But there's stories as well. So literally, I just released a book of all the words of the podcast.
Okay.
Like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So this is my fourth one.
Sorry, that was two books. What was the third book then?
The first. It's the first one I told you when I was in the label.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Okay.
So that was a poetry collection.
Oh, yeah.
So track record now. This is the first time like it's not poetry. This is like straight. I'm telling you my track record. I'm telling you first of all what I done, like all that stuff from RAFs, school, Cambridge.
Is this an autobiography then?
It is an autobiography, but I use it to also like lay out a lot of history. History about the British Empire, history about slavery, colonization, Uganda, Africa, migration, the economy. You get me?
Yeah. Who's this gentleman on the front?
It's me, B.
Is that you, bro?
Yeah.
I look like, how you mean, bro?
Yeah, I know I look militant.
Come on, is that you?
It's me.
Okay. And so is it in chapters then? It's just literally...
Chapters, yeah. So like, it starts from basically me, like where you started from, like me growing up in RAFs, moving through the grime years, the label years, the uni years, and like where I'm at now. It finishes where I'm at now. And I'm just breaking down basically why I changed because, all right, before, like you said, before the MBE, I'm doing up royal wedding. Yeah, and I had the same mentality that you said. Like, maybe if I could just get in the room, I'll influence this, I'll influence that. I'm not really on that anymore. And in this book, I'm explaining why. Now, I'm not saying that I'm turning away from my opportunities and my influence, but I don't believe that the solution to all the inequality that we see, economic, racial, political, the solution ain't just more George the Poets. You know, it's a little deeper than that. And that's what I mean by the war on blackness. That's why this book, I had to release it now. Cause I'm about to change shit up.
And this is out everywhere?
It's out everywhere. It's out in Audible as well. Like,
I was just about to say, are you doing
me, I
Audible?
do audiobooks all day. Yeah, it's
That's
my
it,
voice.
all day. And what is it with you and this colour? Because you seem to like yellow, bro. I've noticed that. Is this a thing?
It's a thing. Like, it's one of the colours on the Ugandan flag, so I'm kind of partial to it as well. Like,
and then can I just touch upon where we are in kind of music, because you're very lyrical. There's a lot of thoughts in your kind of music. There's definitely not very few artists like that. I find music these days is like a conveyor belt. It's nothing of kind of stature.
True.
What's your thoughts on kind of music right now, bro?
Music, I think probably the same as you. I think there is talent and there is good music, but the machine don't prioritize that, especially from our culture. So what we end up with is the conveyor belt stuff. That's what happens when the corporations get involved, though. They're trying to create a product that they can mass produce, not something complicated. If everyone was like me, they couldn't control the production process, as you saw with my experience in Ireland. So they want something that they can slap out easy, and that's lowest common denominator music, bro. And I think that's a problem. It's a problem.
And then how do you see this kind of this evolution of social media, TikTok, Instagram, giving people the ability and tools to kind of not really have a label?
Yeah, I think that's a beautiful thing. I think I've definitely benefited from that. When I walked away from the label, I knew that at the end of the day, I can keep chatting to my audience. But at the same time, artists need to have a bit of a backbone. You got to be a bit hard-headed, and furthermore, preferably, start reading. Like, you know, the ones that you got, like, you know what I was saying about realizing the MBEs are finesse and they're trying to use me to clean up their reputation. I only am able to understand that through building up an awareness of my position in the world. Like, if you're straight from the block and you're not trying to hear nothing other than bread and you want a quick fix to your situation, you're going to end up just putting out bullshit. And you might get bread for it, but you'll show your ass, you'll sell your people out. Like, not everyone cares about this, I understand.
Yeah,
I was
just going to say,
that's why I got to bring back the real, innit?
If people accepted an MBE, could you understand why they would, or are you just fully against it?
I can understand. No, I can understand and be against it.
Yeah, I get that, but you could.
I understand.
Part of you understand why they have accepted that.
I understand, but
I'm
I
just
also
saying, don't get mad at me. Not joking. But no, but I'm
I
saying.
remember this scene.
No, it's mad. But I'm saying, like, can you understand at least, or are you hard-headed in a way of like, that guy's a pagan now, pagan for life?
I don't think you're a pagan, but I can't rate you.
Yeah.
A certain way.
That's a pagan, isn't it?
Nah, man, the pagans are up, innit?
Okay.
Well, in my generation, pagans started getting up. But
you know, there's like more than one way to skin a cat. You get what I'm saying? And I understand your approach is more in your face. But some people are silent. You get what I'm saying? They might maybe get in a room and maybe persuade them. Maybe turn a little bit of that screw. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and let me not be dumb. I know that there are people in those positions that do that. There are certain people that that's been their strategy, and I hear it. I hear it. It just depends. It depends on what you think needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? Do you think that you're here to bring more people into a fuckery system that's racist, that has never apologized, and has never given back what it took, and is just even more hard-headed than me? Or do you think that we gotta start again? Because I think we gotta start again.
Which moves me on nicely to the next one. I was going to ask, what do you think is the state of this country right now?
Come on, man.
What's your summary
This
of
country, respectfully, is in a gutter.
Yeah.
And that doesn't bring me no joy. I actually love the people of this country. I don't love the rulers of this country. And people need to understand there's a difference. The rulers have a plan. And the plan is to maintain their privilege above everyone else. And the way they do that is that your conditions can't get easier. Now, they have the power to make your conditions easier. They have the power to, for example, make it law that wages have to rise in line with inflation so that your dollar, like the money that you earn, actually allows you to keep up with the world. But because they don't want to do that, the average person with the average job will struggle to have a stable home, take their girl out on dates, have a family. They don't want you to have the basics because if they can break you down, then they'll keep you dependent. You're on what my brethren used to call the titty. So you just need any crumbs that they'll throw your way. That's a strategy. Now we can see it in the lives that we've lived and how we saw our brethren and our family members maybe panning out. But, you know, this isn't part of the official narrative. No one's really breaking it down like that in school, in the media. A couple people will, but the idea is that, you know, we're just going through a tough time. It's not a tough time, brother. This is the plan. This is the strategy. It's not moving. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a reset is needed. Like, we need to move beyond what we have now. This dynamic that we got with our ruling class where we just take the crumbs and we don't get a say in the decisions. These people have run out into a genocide. They're funding a genocide. They're backing a genocide without any consent, without any popular support. They don't respond. They don't rate you. They don't rate me. So who are they? Like, who is making these decisions? And as long as that's the situation, you need to know that it's up. The parliament is not yours. The government is not yours. The police are not yours. The employers are not yours. So what do you have? And if that's what's happened in our lifetime, and my mum will remember that when she first came to this country, they used to cut the grass in the hood. Now they don't cut the grass. What do you think is going to happen by the time my youths walk in? Yeah, so...
But how do we make that change?
The number one thing that we need to prioritize, no one likes this answer, it's not sexy, it's not quick. The number one thing we need to prioritize is a political education. Most grown-ups don't know what the fuck is going on, bro. That's a real problem. Grown-ups. We hit 30 and then we start trying to read 1-2 books. But like I said, it's been planned that way. We don't leave school prepared to deal with the real world. We leave school prepared to become workers or maybe hustlers, maybe entrepreneurs. And even that's a minority. So most of us can't articulate what is going on. We don't know why wages are stagnating. We don't know why public services are disappearing. We don't know why the prison population's expanding. We don't know why guys have been left to rot on fuckery sentences from outdated laws. We don't know why our communities stay poor, but there are real reasons for this. Now, the Black Panther Party, the main thing that they did, people always say, oh yeah, they gave free breakfast. If you ask real Black Panther OGs, they will say it's not the free breakfast. If you watch Fred Hampton interviews, he won't talk about free breakfast. He'll say it's political education. We're on the ground and we're letting people know, which is why I've released this book, which is why I do the poetry that I do, because people need information that they're not gonna get in school. I need a generation of that. Just get out my way and let me have a run. That's why I didn't mind walking away from the label. That's why I don't mind turning down the MBE, because where I'm needed, the people, they know what time it is when I talk.
You see the essence of book reading culture. It's not what it was for natural reasons. Kids want to do. Yeah. How do we inject this into kind of the youth? Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because not everyone's as hard-headed as you.
Yeah, I would say you got to lead by example. Like, it's not, I don't expect everyone to start reading. There was a long period of time in my life when I weren't reading until I started dealing with the real world. And I was like, blood, I actually don't know what's going on. As a grown man, I don't know what's going on. That's kind of crazy. When George Floyd got killed, that's when I was like, yo, I need to pattern up because I don't have the words for this moment. But yeah, we need to lead by example. So that means not just producing books, but also discussing, reading books with our young people and discussing the content of these books. Now, that's hard for a lot of us because we didn't grow up like that. Most men that I know didn't grow up reading. Most girls I know didn't grow up reading. We did it for school and that was it.
Yeah.
So I hear it, which is why I'm doing my bit. I'm like, listen, let me introduce you guys to the concepts via my book, via my poetry, via my podcast. And from there, we need to now, like, I'm going to give this another 10 years. After that, we need to step up the organization now. It needs to be a bit more, like, intensified. I want like, a new generation of poets to come out and do this work with me, for me, whatever. So it's a lot of work. That's to answer your question. It's not a straightforward thing that needs to happen, but it is a generational shift. People need to grow up being able to articulate economic forces and political forces. And as long as we can't do that, we're sitting ducks with food, with targets.
Bit of anger, but I totally understand. Can I just move on and then I'll come back to this? You got married recently? Is that true?
A couple of years ago now.
Yeah. How is it? Family
Beautiful,
man?
Sweet. Yeah. Like when
explain the transition. You get what I'm saying?
So when I was young, I didn't really think about settling down. I didn't have a criteria. I was more obsessed with my work. Mm-hmm. And if you could come along for the ride and not get in my way, then you could roll in it. That was my mentality. But I reached a point where I just, like, everything that I needed was in one person. You know, my girl, she wasn't even my girl. She wasn't even my girl, she was my brethren.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be outside. I had no FOMO. I had no curiosity about outside. You know, I've been through my experiences and I think it's just messy as well being outside. Like, your shit is just everywhere. It's in the streets. Me being me as well. I didn't want to be everywhere. I wanted to be in one place. So I started wanting that. And then I realized I only want that with one person. So, yeah, I wouldn't even say I moved to her. I didn't move to her at first. She just saw my behavior change. She's like, what's going on with this guy? And I was like, I'm not going to lie.
Already.
I'm feeling you. But she, you know, when I first said that, she was like, what do you want me to do with that?
Can you also appreciate how hard it is to find a good woman in 2024? Not to knock anyone, but
yeah, 100%.
It's crazy out there.
100%, man. Like, but again, there's reasons for that, bro. Like,
yeah.
Like, if you're not lucky, like I got lucky, like,
yeah.
I've known her since we were young, and I've been able to, like, we've just been in each other's lives, so we really know each other. But if you're not lucky like that, who are you meeting? Where are you meeting them?
Tell me, that's what I'm saying.
I know, and the sisters are saying the same thing, because I know good women who also, you know, like, I used to think that when you're older, it must be easier to settle down, but it's like, nah, but when you're older, it's kind of harder.
In this day and age,
it's kind of peak.
Kind of social media and all of this, I don't...
So, like, the one thing that I would say to people is, like, you might need to think outside the box, man. It might not even be this country. I'm being real.
I hear you.
I'm being real, man.
Children?
Kind of peak. Yeah, just had a son.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Congratulations. How is fatherhood for you? How has that changed you?
It's beautiful. You know me, I got a lot of stuff in my head, but when I look at him, everything is simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's like she grew him in her body, bro.
Yeah.
She grew a version of me. Now she got my you. Her DNA is in it. His DNA is in her blood forever.
Unbelievable, isn't it? Does that change your outlook, or are you pretty much the same as you?
That's two things. Like, it makes me more serious. It makes me more like I don't have time to waste. But it also makes me more, like, humble. Like, this is bigger than me.
Yeah. No, I hear that. And then what can the future hold for George the Poet?
Whatever I want, man.
Yeah, but what does that mean? Like, what can we expect?
More poetry. Like, I'm also thinking of going back to music.
I
wrote 2 songs earlier today.
2 in one day.
Yeah.
I really think you should. I think, you know, you got. I think you're obviously, you know, you're more than capable of having numerous
Avenues, yeah.
strings to your bow. Actually, funnily enough, I was listening to you the other day, and then Gets came on, and there was a great similarity, and I mean that in the most complimentary manner. Kind of narratives and the way you formulate. There's very few people like that out there. And just as a fan of music, I don't hear that. I would love to hear more like that. Do you know what I mean? So if that's just some general feedback from the public, i.e. me, I would. No, it's true though. It's true, Mark. I don't hear it anymore. I want to hear that shit. I want someone to thought provoke me when I'm listening to music. I want to pause it and say, what did he just say? What I thought, let me hear that again. Like, I want to be able to, I don't know what he said. Let me go and research that. And that's another way to get your, do you know what I mean?
100%.
Because you don't see it anymore, bro. I used to read inlays of lyrics and that whilst man was spitting. I didn't know the line. Oh, let me find out what that means. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, if there's anything from just a general member of the public,
Yeah.
please,
Yeah, I'll bear that in mind, bro.
Time is of the essence. Yeah, I think we've covered everything, no? I think we're good. Is there anything specific you'd like to... how much is the book?
20 quid.
Come on.
I don't even know.
Man says you don't even know, you know.
It's flying off the shelf, B.
It's just flying off the
Sells
shelf.
itself.
No, we really appreciate it. And yeah, man, there's nothing else you want to add?
No, I'm easy. Thank you very much for having me on this platform. You're OG in this thing.
No, come on. First time meeting you. Really appreciate it. You definitely come across hard-headed, but you know where you're going. That's my general take, and we love that. A man that knows where he wants to go in life.
Take that.
I fully respect that, bro.
Respect, bro.
I wish you all the love in the world, my brother.
Love, man.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Book is out now, yeah? Big up the OG in the back. Come on.
OG Mark.
We out.